For Game 4 of this four-game set between the Ohio Bobcats and the Kent State Golden Flashes. Ohio looking to take the series 3 of 4 with a victory here this afternoon. Joey Medora alongside Cade Williamson. Welcome into the broadcast. And Cade, these are two of the top offenses in the conference, and they really showed it yesterday. The two teams combined for 49 runs in their doubleheader in the two games yesterday, with the two teams splitting the set.
Yeah, it was a great game. And then on Friday, we also had a 9-4 score in favor of the Ohio Bobcats in that game. So it seems like these offenses have just been on fire this weekend. For the Bobcats, the main guy that's been on fire for them is A.J. Roush, who's definitely put his name into consideration for the MAC Player of the Week after some of his performances this weekend. He's just swinging a hot bat for the Bobcats, playing out there in right field this afternoon. And for Kent State on the opposite side, one of their hitters that's been most impressive is Justin Kirby, their right fielder as well. Seems like the right fielder position has just been swinging a hot bat this weekend.
Absolutely. We'll quickly run you through the starting lineup for the Golden Flashes. Batting leadoff, playing third base, is Kyle Jackson. Batting second, playing right field, Justin Kirby, as Kay just brought up. Aiden Longwell playing first base, batting third. Batting cleanup behind the dish is Sam Thompson. Batting fifth in center field, Colin Matthews. Michael McNamara plays shortstop and bats sixth. Mac Timbrook bats seventh and plays second base. Josh Johnson in left field, batting eighth. And Connor Ashby is the designated hitter, batting ninth. Same lineup they ran out there for Game 2, and the Bobcat task to stop this lineup will be Jack Libertor, as he gets a start for the Bobcats in this one. But we are just about ready to get this one underway between Ohio and Kent State as Jackson steps into the left-handed batter's box. And Libertor, the right-handed pitcher, from the windup. First pitch taken up high for a ball, and that's how we start the game this afternoon.
Some numbers on Libertor right here: 12.75 ERA, an 0-2 win-loss record, 3 games, 3 starts, all in the season, and 12 innings pitched.
Good spot on the 1-0 pitch, catches the outside corner to even up the count at 1 apiece. This is the first time we've seen Libertor on the bump since pitching against Evansville a few series back, as he'll look to right that ERA a little bit in this one. The 1-1 pitch swung on and lined out into left field, as lining it up will be Harbert, and he will make the one-handed snag as the leadoff batter is retired for the Golden Flashes here in the top of the first. 3 pitches to retire Jackson. Now will bring up Justin Kirby, who's swinging a hot bat, as Kay just mentioned in the pregame. As for Kirby in Game 2 yesterday, he went 1 for 5 with a walk and a strikeout, as he will dig into the box. But for Kirby on the season, .340 average in 15 games, 50 at-bats, 17 hits, alongside 6 extra base hits. First pitch breaking balls taken inside for a ball, 1-0 to Kirby.
And Kirby on the extra base hits so far this season, he had 3 of them in Game 1 of yesterday's doubleheader.
As the righty kicks and deals, that pitch misses inside to run the count to 2-0. As Libertor showing he's not afraid to mix up his pitches. Started the at-bat with a breaking ball, then comes back with the heater. But now we'll try to find the strike zone on the 2-0 pitch. Chopped down third base. It's going to be foul to the left of the bag, as that's Casper Bauer over there at third base to run the count to 2-1. We'll take you around the field for the Bobcats in this one. It's Harbert in left field, Isaiah Peterson in center, and A.J. Roush in right field. Casper Bauer at third base. At shortstop, it's Hendages. As the pitch comes in, that one bounces in and gets by the catcher Minzy through his legs. That'll run the count to 3-1. At second base for the Bobcats, Michael Richardson. Playing first, Cale Baker. And, of course, on the bump is Libertor, and behind the plate is Mason Minzy. Libertor kicks and deals. Here comes a 3-1 pitch. Swung on and popped foul over top the screen and heading towards us, Kate, in the press box, as it takes a bounce in the first couple rows. And that'll run the count full with 1 away in the top of the first. No score between Kent State and Ohio.
Both these teams have seemed to get off the hot start so far this weekend as well. Besides Game 1, both teams seem to be more of a pitcher's duel in the first 3 innings. But yesterday's game, Kent State jumped out to early leads in the top of the first. And we'll see if they can continue it here.
The full count pitch home will miss inside. It'll be a walk for Kirby, and the first base runner of the game will be for the Golden Flashes. And that'll be a runner on first, 1 out for the 3-hole batter, Aiden Longwell.
Something interesting about Longwell is he's listed as a utility player on the roster for the Kent State Golden Flashes, and we saw him on the bump in Game 1 of this series as he came in out of relief, but also playing first as well.
Yeah, Kent State's a couple players on their roster listed as position players as well as pitchers. 3 to be exact, and here's one of them in the box in Longwell as a lefty stands in. Good size lead from Kirby off of first. The first pitch into Longwell misses inside for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, Kirby over there at first. 2 stolen bases on the season and 5 attempts. We'll see if he might change that percentage right here.
As Liberatore comes set, comes home with a pitch. That one's belted deep out into right field down the line, and that will get out of here for a homer. A 1-out, 2-run jack from Aiden Longwell as that ball was crushed over the right field wall, and Kent State strikes first in this one. They have a 2-0 lead. As that one just caught too much of the plate on the 1-0 pitch, and Longwell really making the pitcher pay there as that ball had no doubt heading over the right field wall.
And that's 2 games back-to-back now for Longwell as he's in the first inning of last game also had a home run out there to right field. Might like pulling that ball out there and puts another one out in the seats in the top of the first.
As the first pitch pop foul behind home plate, Minzy looks to have it lined up, and he'll squeeze it with the left hand to retire Thompson in just 1 pitch, following the 2-run homer. 2 outs in the top of the first and a 2-0 lead for Kent State. That'll bring in the center fielder, Colin Matthews. As that's a good response there from Liberatore after getting up the long ball as he just comes right back into the zone and gets a pop-up in foul territory. Now the first pitch into Thompson will miss inside for a ball, 1-0, and you really see early Liberatore trying to establish that inside part of the plate against the righties for Kent State.
Yeah, he looks like he's trying to hit that low and end zone spot right there, trying to hit the corners.
As 1-0 pitch misses outside for a ball, makes the count 2-0. Matthews coming into this afternoon's game, batting .261 on the season as a 2-0 pitch also misses inside, and now Matthews well in the driver's seat, 3-0. Matthews on the season, 11 RBIs and a couple of long balls himself, and that's a 4-pitch walk for Matthews as he throws the bat towards the first base dugout. Second walk issued this inning by Liberatore, and now Michael McNamara will get a chance to bat with 2 outs and a runner on first.
McNamara had a great day yesterday. Had multi-home runs in both games, or correction, he had multi-home runs on the day, 1 in the first game and 1 in the second, as well as a double in the second game. He's swinging a hot bat as well here for Kent State, and he pulled 2 out to left field over the fence.
First pitcher, Liberatore, that ball's jacked deep into the left center field gap, back at the wall, and that's out of here for another homer. The second 2-run shot for the Golden Flashes in this first inning, and they jump out to an early 4-0 lead on the Bobcats.
McNamara must have just listened to me right there as I was talking about swinging it over the left field wall, and there he goes again. 3 straight games there from Michael McNamara where he's had home runs to the left, over the left field wall.
Well, let's face it, Cade. I mean, there's not too many players on either side that aren't swinging a hot bat at the moment with how the runs have been pouring in this series.
You're a pitcher. Oh, I talked about it yesterday. That ERA is going through the roof after this weekend.
First pitch into the next batter, Mac Timbrook misses outside for a ball, 1-0. But very similar ways of getting their home runs. First, it started with a walk as the 1-0 pitch catches the inside corner for a called strike. Team up the count at 1 apiece, but Kirby walked right before the Aiden Longwell homer, and then Colin Matthews walked right before the homer that just happened with McNamara as the 1-1 pitch is in the dirt, but Timbrook chases it with a kind of a half-hearted swing to make the count 1-2.
Timbrook, correction, I didn't mean to step on your toes right there, Joey, but Timbrook so far 4 for 7 this series with a multiple, or correction, 1 strikeout so far.
1-2 pitch chopped over to first. Baker able to field it cleanly, flips it to Liberatore, who steps on the bag and now will retire the side, but not before Kent State picks up 4 runs on a pair of 2-run long balls. Bobcats coming up to bat next.
We've all seen the tragedies associated with drug activity and impaired driving in our state. This is Trooper Conkler of the High State Highway Patrol's Athens Post. We need everyone's help to keep drugs out of our communities, keep impaired drivers off our roads, and get people to make good decisions when driving. Traffic and community safety is the responsibility of everyone. You can do your part in calling pound 677 to report drug activity and impaired or reckless drivers to law enforcement. Together we can make Ohio a safer place to live and travel.
Let O'Neill Hartman Insurance show you how Grange's strong value and fast claim service delivers league-leading coverage. O'Neill Hartman Insurance will find you a Grange auto policy that balances competitive rates and a responsive Grange claim service. O'Neill Hartman Insurance considers Grange their go-to company for their combination of great value and outstanding claim service. Call O'Neill Hartman at 740-797-4685 or visit them online at o'neillhartman.com.
Big first inning for the Golden Flashes. They got 4 runs on a pair of 2-run shots to jump out to a 4-0 lead. Bobcats coming up to bat. We'll run you through their starting lineup. It's the same as in Game 2 yesterday where the Bobcats won 16-12. Isaiah Peterson leads off in center field. Michael Richardson at second base, batting second. Colin Kasperbauer batting third. At third base, Spencer Harbert in the cleanup spot, batting 7th. Mason Minzy behind the dish, batting 5th. DHing is Will Struick, batting 6th. At first base, batting 7th is Cale Baker, batting 8th in right field. A.J. Roush, and at shortstop, batting 9th is Henniges. As Peterson will dig into the left-handed batter's box, coming off a great Game 2 yesterday in the leadoff spot for the Bobcats. He had 3 hits in 4 at-bats, 5 RBIs, including his first home run on the season. As the first pitch from Kent State will catch at the letters for a called strike, 1-0, and the Bobcats will have to face the left-handed throwing Eric Chalice in this one. This is his first start on the season. He's got a 9 ERA in 2 appearances as the breaking ball comes in the front door and catches the inside corner, and Peterson quickly behind 0-2.
And Peterson's home run yesterday was off of a lefty, that being Colin Rommel in the second inning of that ball game.
0-2 pitch, chop back towards the mound. Chalice will field it cleanly, fires it on to first, and the first batter is retired, similar to the first inning for Kent State. As now Michael Richardson, the second baseman, will step into the box. Richardson on the season, batting .280. He started in 15 games, this being his 16th, 14 hits in 50 ABs. Chalice, a lefty, kicks and deals. Richardson's shoe shot the other way, and it gets past the first baseman and out into right field for a base hit. He takes a big turn at first base, but he'll head back to the bag, and the Bobcats have their first hit in the ball game as Richardson goes to opposite field, and now is a 1-out base runner for Colin Kasperbauer.
And Kasperbauer coming to the plate, swinging a hot bat right now. .460 average and over 1,000 OPS so far in the season. Impressive numbers right there from the third baseman.
Yeah, you'll take that from your 3-hole batter any day of the week. .460, it's tough to sustain throughout a season, but great start to the year for Kasperbauer as he digs in to the box. Chalice working out of the stretch for the first time. 4-0 lead for Kent State. Here comes the first pitch of Kasperbauer. He checks his swing, but he held up. Pitch misses inside for a ball, 1-0. Bobcats with an opportunity to take 3 of 4 from the Golden Flash, and that'd be a great start to the conference season for them in just their second series. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, swung on and foul back behind home plate to even up the count at 1 apiece. Bobcats, of course, were picked to finish 7th in the preseason MAC polls, but obviously getting out to a 4-2 start would be great. Chalice comes set, not a big lead from Richardson at first, and now will throw a kind of a lazy check back on the runner.
Know what we used to call that in high school, Joey?
What's that?
A nickel dime over there to first. That's what we used to call that when I used to play back in high school. They called that a nickel dime over there to first. Not the best pickoff attempt, but it'll get somebody going.
They got him diving back, that's for sure. 1-1 pitch home, comes right down Main Street, and it's a called strike to Kasperbauer, who'll have to protect. Now down in the count, 1-2. Chalice a long look in. Now it comes set at the belt and deal the 1-2 pitch home. Swung on and chopped back towards the mound. He'll go over to second for one, back over to first in time, and the double play is turned. Despite the hit, Bobcats go 3 up, 3 down on a nice double play turn there from Kent State. 4-0 Golden Flashes after the first inning.
You expect world-class primary care from Memorial Health System. It's time to expect more, much more. Our patients now also get free virtual urgent care. So expect our expertise everywhere and answers anytime for free. No one else offers this because we're reinventing primary care. So find out more and expect more today from Memorial Health System.
The past year and a half, we've all been part of unprecedented times that have been heavy. At Integrated Services for Behavioral Health, we have been here for you throughout the heaviness of the pandemic and will continue to be here for you whenever you need us. Checking in on your behavioral health and well-being is more important than ever. If you feel like you can benefit from home or community-based support, counseling, peer recovery support, and a myriad of other services we offer, please call us at 800-321-8293. We're here for you.
Top of the second inning here at Bob Wren Stadium as a bit of an overcast day. The sun peaked out a little bit for first pitch. That's just around 50 degrees and a little bit windy so far in the game. 8-9-1 due up for the Golden Flash will be Josh Johnson, Connor Ashby, then back to the top to Kyle Jackson as Jack Liberatore will try to settle in a little bit more in this second inning after giving up 2 home runs in the top of the first. As Johnson digs in for Kent State, batting .250 on the year. This is just the 7th game he started in on the young season. Liberatore from the windup, breaking pitch, cuts right across the heart of the plate and take it for a called strike.
And in total yesterday, Johnson went 3 for 8 on the day. Only 3 base hits, one of those being an extra base hit and a double in the second game.
Liberatore out of the windup. The 0-1 pitch swung on and foul back behind home plate. And Liberatore now up in the count, 0-2. As walks got Liberatore into a bit of trouble in that first inning, as before both of his 2-run home runs, he walked the previous batter. So doing a good job early in the second, getting ahead of hitters. As here comes the 0-2 pitch. That one bounces in the dirt. Nice block by the catcher, Minzy. As looked like a bit of a waste pitch there from Liberatore. That makes the count 1-2.
Good pitch of that, little off speed there from Liberatore in the dirt. Like you said, a waste pitch. Pitch that you're trying to induce a swing right there, swing and miss. Get a strikeout.
1-2 pitch. Good spot, but just below the knees. A good take there from Johnson. Evens up the count at 2 apiece. Kent State with a win, trying to get back to 500 in conference play. They come in 6-8 overall, 2-3 in the MAC as 2-2 pitch misses low and away, and now Liberatore risking losing Johnson. He was up 0-2. Now the count's run full.
That's where you got to attack when you're up in the count as a pitcher. Can't get behind in the count and get it to full because the walks might come to bite you again here if you're Liberatore.
Full count pitch, and that will be a walk as they appeal to the first base umpire, but definitely not a swing there from Johnson. So that's the 3rd walk given up by Liberatore. And with the lineup as dangerous at Kent State, you definitely don't want to be walking the leadoff batters. That will bring up the 9-hole batter, Connor Ashby.
Ashby's had a couple of RBIs so far in this series, I will say. Most of his hits have been to right field, the right side of the infield. Had a couple that got by Cale Baker over there, and especially with a runner on first. Might try to go backside once again here for Ashby.
Yeah, he's not an everyday player for Kent State. He swings and lines that pitch out into right center field. Moving back as Roush will reach up and make the one-handed grab in the alley to retire Ashby on 1 pitch. Just about to give him a little bit of praise. He's batting .529 on the season. This is just his 5th game he started in, but I mean, Kate, if you keep putting up numbers like that, it's going to be hard to keep you out of the starting lineup.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're a productive hitter, that's the way you'll get in the game, and he's DHing, but still in the 9 spot. So he's just a bat up there. That's been pretty consistent for the Golden Flashes.
One away now. Runner at first base. 4-0 Kent State lead, and the lineup turns over to Kyle Jackson. First pitch from Liberatore. Misses inside for a ball, 1-0. Jackson led off the ball game flying out to left field in the top of the first. But another dangerous hitter in this Kent State lineup. The leadoff man batting .333 on the year with an on-base of .424. He chases that pitch low and away for a strike. Evens up the count at 1.
And Jackson only had one hit in the second game of yesterday's ball game, but that hit was a home run as he powered that ball out of the stadium.
The 1-1 pitch home, chasing the high fastball is Jackson. He comes up empty, and now Liberatore back up in the count 1-2. But in that crazy 16-12 game 2 yesterday, only one player for each team did not record a hit. That's each team.
It's pretty impressive right there. I think we called it an offensive explosion yesterday, and that's just putting it lightly at that.
I think it's safe to say 16-12 could meet the criteria.
Almost a football score there. A little awkward football score, but still.
A lot of field goals.
Uh-huh.
Liberatore pickoff attempt, trying to keep Johnson honest over there at first base, as Johnson on the season has stolen one base and only one attempt. Kent State as a team, 22 of 32 in stolen base attempts on the season. And another pickoff attempt. Nice dig out this time by the first baseman Baker as that pickoff attempt bounced in. Trying to keep Johnson honest at first. Count remains 1-2 with one out. 4-0 Kent State lead in the top of the second. Liberatore set, and he will come home with this pitch. High fastball taken from Jackson. Evens up the count at 2. Now Liberatore a long look in. He'll come set, trying to get a big second out of this second inning as that one swung and poked out into shallow center field. Charging in is Peterson, but that one will fall in for a base hit. Rounding the bag and heading to third is Johnson. He'll be in standing. That's not the best hit ball there from Jackson, but he got just enough on it to muscle it out into center field. Now there'll be runners at the corners with one out for Justin Kirby.
And Kirby's the guy that you want coming to the plate. So in the first game yesterday, he went 4 for 5 with a double and a triple and 3 RBIs in that one.
That was the third hit of the ball game for Kent State. As traffic on the base pass, middle infield going to be at double play depth. Kirby walked on a full count in his first at-bat and came around to score on the 2-run bomb from Aiden Longwell. Liberatore trying to work his way out of this second inning jam. He'll come set. Here comes a pitch home. Misses high for a ball, 1-0.
Kirby's a very efficient hitter, .340 average on the season and a slugging percentage at .560.
As now Minzy will call time. He'll go out to talk to his hurler, who's been struggling a little bit throughout the early part of this game. It's mainly been the walks that have killed him the most, though, Cade. 3 walks. I mean, that's going to always lead to trouble, especially early in a ball game.
Yeah, you never want to allow free base runners. You want to make sure that you're getting ahead in counts and you're not going deep in counts, because that also works the pitch count up. You want to make sure you work your pitch count down. You can go deeper into ball games with that as well. And
despite the high ERA, Liberatore, walks have really not been an issue for him so far this season. Only 2 in 12 innings pitched coming into the game. He had a great K to strikeout, or excuse me, K to walk ratio coming in, 12-2 as the 1-0 pitch. That one will bend back over the inside corner for a called strike, 1-1. Good spot there for Liberatore.
Yeah, Liberatore's got that loopy curveball that he throws, and it can catch the bottom half of the zone whenever it has a good break on it.
On third base, Josh Johnson at first. Kyle Jackson, 1 away in the inning. Kent State trying out into a 4-run lead. 1-1 pitch misses inside for a ball. And Kirby back up in the count, 2-1.
And Jackson's a bit of a speed threat over there at first base. 4 for 6 for stolen base attempts on the season. Wouldn't be surprised if he might take off here, as he had a very aggressive lead on the last pitch.
Now they're going to check the runner at first. Baker able to dig it out. As diving back in safely is Jackson. Now back on the mound is Liberatore, and we'll see how Ohio elects to play it. should Jackson take off from first base. As Cade mentioned, he's got an aggressive lead the last couple pitches. 2-1 pitch. That one is roped foul down the left field line into the Ohio bullpen. So that'll get the guys stirring a bit out there. So it looks like they do have an arm warming up at the moment. Can't quite see the number. So we'll see how long the leash will be for Liberatore if any more runs should come across the plate.
Yeah, and the Bobcats have a bit of a break before their next series, so I would assume that they'll use a good bit of their bullpen as they won't play again until they face Bowling Green next weekend.
Now another pickoff attempt, and again diving back in safely is Jackson. But yep, 4-game set on the road against Bowling Green for the Bobcats comes next weekend. As now a long look in for Liberatore, gets the sign he wants. Here comes a 2-2 delivery. Runner takes off, popped high, left side of the infield in the air. It looks like it's going to be the shortstop, and he will make the grab. Heading back to first base is Jackson. So a big second out gotten there for Liberatores. Nice job from Henniges calling everybody off in the infield. Two away now in the inning, and here comes Aiden Longwell as he roped a 2-run shot down the right field line back in the first inning to get the scoring started for Kent State.
He's had a total of 6 RBIs so far in the series, including the 2 that he drove in his last at-bat, as he'll try to add to this one right here.
And now a homer in back-to-back games, Game 2 yesterday and the game today. Runner still at the corners, 2 away. Liberatore trying to labor out of the second inning. First pitch breaking ball is taken for a strike. 0-1 the count to Longwell. Liberatore set again. Kicks and deals. The 0-1 pitch swung on a chop foul up the first baseline. And a nice job from Liberatore to get ahead in the count. 0-2 with 2 outs.
And Longwell, a very efficient hitter up there as well for the Kent State Golden Flashes. A .661 slugging percentage on the season, as well as a .444 OBP.
Yeah, and we'll see how Liberatore elects to play this 0-2 pitch. He went to the breaking ball in the first one. The 0-2 pitch home. Runner takes off, and it's chopped foul up the first baseline, and we'll do it again, 0-2.
Seems like Liberatore's trying to establish the inner half there to Longwell as he's pitched most of these pitches, besides that first pitch curveball, on the inner heart of the plate, trying to jam him a little bit, not get his bat extended so he can put something hard in play here.
Yeah, he left the home run pitch right over the heart of the plate, and he saw Longwell made a pay on that one. 0-2 pitch grounded in between the hole between first and second out into right field. 1 run scores. Jackson will turn second, head all the way to third, and Longwell has his 3rd RBI of the game, an RBI base hit out into right field. And Kent State continuing to pour it on early. They lead at 5-0.
Yeah, Longwell made a little bit of an adjustment right there as that pitch was once again over the inner half of the plate there to Longwell. But he got around on it, made sure to stay inside on that baseball, and drove it right where it was on the plate, right past Cale Baker for another RBI.
Yeah, did a great job keeping the hands inside of that one. As now we're going to get a mound visit. It looks like there's going to be a change for the Bobcats. It looks like Liberatore's day will come to an end. Kent State jumps out to an early 5-0 lead in the top of the second. We'll throw it to a quick break and introduce a new man on the mound on the other side.
Bobcat fans, the Hugh White family of dealerships is your hometown Athens dealer. And to show our commitment to the community, we're offering free car washes for Ohio University students and faculty, as well as college grad discounts with all of our new brands. But that's not all. We provide free concierge service for faculty. We'll pick up your vehicle and drop it back off after service. Take advantage of our leases at under $200 per month. Come visit us on North Columbus Road, less than 5 minutes from campus, or online at visithughwhite.com. And remember, if the deal is right, it must be Hugh White.
Whether you're coming to Athens to root on the Bobcats, visiting friends and family, or just in town for business, the Hampton Inn in Athens wants to be your home away from home. With 86 sparkling rooms, complimentary high-speed internet, hot breakfast served each morning, and a spa and business center, you can expect a great night's stay with service that will bring you back. Visit us on the web at hamptoninn.com. That's hamptoninn.com. And go Bobcats!
Back here in Bob Wrenn Stadium, as that will be the bookend of the day for Jack Liberatore as he gets through an inning in 2/3, 5 runs, all of them earned on 4 hits and 3 walks, including 2 homers. And Kate, it really looked like Kent State had him timed up from the jump, as a new man on the mound will be Brendan Roeder, who started in the game against Marshall on Wednesday. Pitched 2 innings, gave up 4 hits, only 1 run and 1 strikeout.
Yeah, and so far on the season, a 1.80 ERA for Roeder, a 0-0 win-loss record, 4 appearances, 2 starts, one of those, like you said, Joey, coming against Marshall here on Wednesday, and 10 innings pitched, 10 runs, only 2 of those earned, though, 1 walk and 5 strikeouts.
Like you mentioned, you'd assume it's going to be all hands on deck for this game since they don't have another series until next weekend. So we'll see just how long Roeder is asked to go. Again, runners at the corners, 5-0 lead for Kent State in the top of the second. And 2 away in the inning, as now up to the plate is Sam Thompson. He popped up in foul ground behind home plate in the first at-bat. First pitch bounces and gets away from the catcher, Minzy, and easily trotting in to score from third base is Kyle Jackson on the wild pitch. And moving up to second as well is Aiden Longwell, as Kent State now leads at 6-0.
Looked like that pitch was just spiked right in the turf, right either in front of the plate or on the plate right there, as Minzy had a tough time handling that one, got right by him.
As that was the first wild pitch on the season for Roeder. 1-0 the count. Here comes the delivery, swung on chop slowly to third base. Casper Bauer fields it cleanly, makes a strong throw on to first, and the side is retired. But Kent State adds a couple more runs. They lead at 6-0. Bobcats coming up to bat in the bottom of the second.
If you're traveling to a game, a weekend road trip, or just around town, you need to stop at Go-Mart. You'll find a Go-Mart open 24 hours a day right off the interstate or right off Main Street in your local community. You can refuel your ride with quality gasoline and also yourself with popular snacks, drinks, and more. We're making it easy to keep up with your busy schedule by keeping you on the go. Go-Mart is the proud sponsor of Ohio Bobcat football.
Go for good times. Go for Go-Mart.
Jumpstart your day at the Fairfield Inn and Suites in Athens. Enjoy complimentary hot breakfast, then unwind on our beautiful outdoor patio, which includes a gas fire pit and barbecue grill. Conveniently located on East State Street, just a short drive from the Ohio University campus and uptown Athens, the Fairfield Inn and Suites is situated near many shopping and dining venues. At the Fairfield Inn and Suites, you're our #1 priority. Call 740-589-5839 to book your next visit to Athens, or find us online at fairfieldinn.com.
Bottom of the second coming up here at Bob Wrenn Stadium in Ohio. It's got themselves a bit of a hole to dig out of. They trail 6-0 to the Golden Flashes at this point. But, Caden, not a situation where Ohio is not used to, as they got behind 4-0 in the game yesterday and came back to win that one.
Yeah, they were down early in that ball game once or as well. And so far on the season, I got a little bit of an interesting stat right here on Kent State. So far this season, including this one today, they have scored 4 or more runs in those games. It's an insane stat right there.
Especially when you think that their record's only 6-8 on the year. But
exactly. They've also faced some pretty decent competition. I mean, they did play ranked Texas Tech earlier on in the season, as well as Coastal Carolina, and a solid program down there in Myrtle Beach.
Back out on the mound for a second inning of work is Chalice, as it'll be 4, 5, and 6 do it for the Bobcats. First pitch into Harbert, cuts on it and misses, as he's behind in the count, 0-1. But Harbert, Minzy, and Sturek all do up for the Bobcats, as Harbert 1 for 4 in Game 2 yesterday with 3 RBIs, as the 0-1 pitch misses into him, 1-1, and crazy look at Harbert's numbers on the year, Cade, as here comes the 1-1 pitch into him. He swings and grounds it to the shifted infielder at second, up the middle, and throws on the first to retire Harbert, as that was Tim Brook over there at second base. But only 11 hits for Harbert on the year. The catches, 5 of them are homers, so he's slugging over 600 on the season so far.
Yeah, it has an OPS that's just north of 900, but a batting average that's just below 230.
And with that, the Bobcats backstop. Mason Minzy will dig in with one away in the bottom of the second. First pitch to Minzy will catch the top of the strike zone for a called strike.
And Minzy's had a very productive series already. Yesterday in the second game, he had 2 home runs that he belted out to right center field in that one.
0-1 pitch, a breaking ball, bends right into the middle of the strike zone, and Minzy quickly behind in the count. 0-2 to Eric Chalice. Chalice, a lefty, out of the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Minzy. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First punch out of the ball game for either side as Chalice gets the swinging K. And now we'll take a 2-out base hit from Strurek to keep this inning alive for Ohio. Strurek, the designated hitter for the Bobcats in the game today. First pitch into him, cut on and miss, and looks like Chalice really starting to settle in a little bit out there, Kate.
Yeah, the Bobcats are just taking good hacks up there at the plate, but they're swinging right through the pitches, not being able to put them in play, and the one that they did so far this inning was a ground ball that was right into the shift.
A 1 pitch misses high and outside for a ball, evens up the count at 1 apiece. Kent State up 6-0 in the bottom of the second in the 4th game of this weekend series. The 1-1 delivery, breaking ball, bends low and inside. Good take there from Strurek as he comes in, batting 182 on the season. This is just his 3rd start on the year, 2 hits and 11 at-bats for Strurek. Here comes a 2-1 pitch, swung on and grounded to third. Hits off the glove of the third baseman and gets out into left field for a base hit, as that was Jackson over there. So Strurek with the 2-out base hit to left field. And now Cale Baker will get a chance to hit in the bottom of the second.
And all of the hits so far this season for Strurek have come in the past 2 ball games, as he got 2 hits in yesterday's second game, which he played and started in, and he's got his 3rd hit right there, a single to left field.
Well, good time of the year to start to get the bat going once conference play rolls around. As here's another guy trying to get off the schneid a little bit in Cale Baker, batting just 91 on the season, but plays a really solid first base, so it's hard to get him out of the lineup. The Ole Miss transfer takes the first pitch at the knees for a called strike.
I guess we were mistaken on that last play right there to Strurek, as that'll go down as an error, an E5 in the books. I thought it was hit hard enough to be a base hit.
Yeah,
both of us must have thought the same thing right there.
Tough on the official score there. So right now listed as an error on the third baseman, Jackson. And now time called by Baker at home plate. So Strurek will reach on error for Jackson. So now runner at first with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Ohio trying to chip away at a 6-0 deficit. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. It bounces. Nice block there by the catcher for Kent State, Sam Thompson, to even up the count at 1 apiece.
Although Baker's been kind of struggling at the plate with putting the ball in play, he's just kind of been BABIP'd recently, as they've made good plays on balls he's put into play. But he's had a couple walks, and getting on base here is his big thing in the past couple games, especially this series.
1-1 pitch, bounces in the dirt for a ball, 2-1. Now we mentioned Thompson behind the dish as Kent State's catcher, Justin Mickness. We haven't been seeing him out on the field in the last few games of the series. He came into the series as their best hitter, 409 on the year. And to see what this lineup could still do without one of their best bats is quite impressive. Baker swings, grounded over to third base. Jackson fields it cleanly. Long throw over to first in time to retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. Heading to the top of the third, Kent State up 6-0 on the Bobcats.
Hi, this is Jared Dean with Dean Heating and Cooling. As your local Tempstar dealer, you can experience superior home comfort with Tempstar game-changing technology. Whether you need a fall tune-up or a midwinter repair call, our expert technicians will make sure your heating system is running at peak performance. Count on Dean Heating and Cooling and Tempstar to keep you cozy all winter long. Find us online at deanheatingandcooling.com and go Cats!
Voice of the Bobcats, Russ Eisenstein, on behalf of David White Services, the largest heating and cooling dealer in Southeast Ohio. They've been the choice of thousands for over 45 years. Offering the most efficient Lennox heat pumps, air conditioners, and furnaces, David White Services can save you money on your heating and cooling bills.
Thanks, Russ. I'm David White.
And I'm Esther White Thomas, inviting you to call us today to schedule a free estimate for heating and cooling or a new gas fireplace.
David White Services is a proud sponsor of Ohio Bobcat Athletics.
Five, 6, and 7 due up for Kent State as they'll look to keep the bats hot like they have all weekend long against Ohio. They lead at 6-0 here in the top of the third. As the sun looks like it could be here to stay, Kate, a little bit here at Bob Wren Stadium. First pitch of the inning from Roeder. Swung on and fouled back behind home plate and out of play to the leadoff batter for Kent State, Colin Matthews.
And you talked about the sun. A little bit peeking through out there, but the wind is still blowing pretty well out there. I know yesterday was definitely a factor in both of those ball games, more so the second, as it looks to be blowing more so to dead right field toward the pole.
Of course, you mentioned it in the game yesterday. It looked like a couple balls were just routine fly balls, but got caught up in the air and really traveled. 1-1 pitch, check swing attempt from Matthews, but unable to keep the hands back as he'll fall behind in the count 1-2. Matthews walked and came around to score on a Michael McNamara 2-run homer back in the first inning. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Swung on and chopped foul, but it catches Matthews in the batter's box as Roeder thought he could get a quick out there as he's pointing to his calf. What a hit off of.
Yeah, it looks like it just and on the hands right there, right off the handle, and must have just hit his calf right there. I don't know if I've really ever seen that much. Usually when you foul it off, it's more so off your foot on the inside, not your calf.
You definitely prefer the calf to the foot, though. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Grounded to third, fielded cleanly by Casper Bauer. Makes a long throw on to first. Throw is high, and it pulls Baker off the bag. So Matthews will be safe on the error. So give an E5 there to Casper Bauer. And the leadoff batter on for Kent State as a little bit of a scoreboard update. They actually do give Sturrock a base hit in the last inning as they gave it an error initially, but now 2 hits for the Bobcats in the game. And that's why we write the scorebook in pencil. McNamara digs in for his second at-bat of the game as the runner takes off first pitch, misses for a ball. Throw down to second was in time, and they get the runner trying to steal. Good throw there from Minzy to catch the runner Matthews. Heading down to second as Matthews. He was 6 for 6 on stolen bases before that one, but a great throw from the catcher Minzy to retire him.
Yeah, that's his first caught stealing of the season so far. Is now that'll be updated to 6 for 7 there after a great throw there from the catcher Minzy.
Pitch did miss for a ball, 1-0 to McNamara. Roeder now back in the windup. Here comes a pitch, and that one catches the inside corner for a called strike, 1-1.
And something to note there was a great tag out there as well from the second baseman. Michael Richardson swiped it right behind his back and ended up getting the out there.
And that's why the good, strong throw is so important. It gives the second baseman so much time to make the tag. 1-1 pitch cut on and missed by McNamara. Runs the count to 1-2. Of course, McNamara launched that home run back in the first inning. Went just underneath. Looked like the Wendy's sign on the scoreboard out there. It's a pretty good poke from McNamara as that was his 5th homer on the season. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout of the ball game for Roeder, and now 2 outs here in the top of the third.
Yeah, great pitch there from Roeder. Down and in the zone to McNamara, and he wasn't able to get his hands inside on that one. Swung right through it, strike 3.
Well, Roeder, since coming in, has done a really solid job relieving Liberatore as he got the ground out to third and then Second batter reaches on an error, but they throw him out, and there's a strikeout. First pitch in now to Mac Timbrook is a called strike, 0-1. As Roeder had a good start against Marshall, and he's really picking up where he left off here. The righty from the windup. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Another swing and a miss, and he's quickly behind the count, 0-2. And you see Roeder, he really gets in a groove out there. He's back out on the mound really quickly after each pitch. As you see Timbrook stepping out of the box, trying to throw off his pace a little bit. Roeder, the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, chopped down the first baseline, in fair ground, booted a bit by Baker, flipped on to first in time. Good job from Roeder covering the bag. And the Bobcats, with their first 3 up, 3 down inning of the ball game, we head in the bottom of the third, 6-0. Kent State on top.
Okay, people, we all know what's at stake in this game. Zoe, what's at stake?
Our futures.
Our futures. And is anything gonna keep us from achieving our goal?
No way.
Because what do we have?
The plan.
Ohio's 529 plan. Because in this family, how do we play the college savings game?
Tax-free.
And where do we play it?
I don't know, Daddy.
That's okay, Pumpkin.
Want to win at college savings? Go to collegeadvantage.com/Bobcats.
Together is a wonderful place to be. That's why CareSource is devoted to keeping you and your family healthy and happy. We promise you not only reliable health care, but also a helping hand with whatever your family needs to succeed. It's why more moms in Ohio choose CareSource for Medicaid than all other plans combined. Things only get better when we work together. And together, there's nothing we can't do. We are one. Learn more at caresource.com.
Bobcats looking to crack the scoreboard for the first time as they have a couple hits in the first couple innings. It'll be 8-9-1 due up. Roush, Henniges, and Peterson all due up for the Bobbies as they trail 6-0 to Kent State. A.J. Roush digs into the right-handed box, as Cade mentioned in the pregame, having a great weekend series, takes the first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, Roush had 2 home runs on that game Friday. One an inside the park home run at that. Worked himself around the bases. Almost caught Cale Baker on that one.
1-0 pitch, breaking ball, catches the outside part of the plate for a strike to make the count 1-1. And like you mentioned, got to be in the conversation for potentially a MAC Player of the Week award as 1-1 pitch chased up high and he comes up empty 1-2. But let's face it, most hitters in this series have a shot. A strong case just from this series alone. The 1-2 pitch home. Swung on, grounded in between second and short. Nice diving stop there for Kent State, but they were never going to get Roush in time. It'll be an infield single as they were shaded over to that left side of the infield. Timbrook had a great effort to knock that ball down, but Roush has the infield base hit.
Yeah, just put a little too much on that ball, a little out of reach there from Timbrook. He tried to stay with it, but the throw would not be in time, and that one will go down as an infield single.
And that'll bring in the shortstop, batting ninth in the game, Henniges, for the Bobcats. As he went 1 for 3 in Game 2 yesterday, including an RBI triple.
And that triple was really close to getting out of Bob Wren yesterday. Off the wall, high off the wall at that.
First pitch to him, misses high and outside for a ball, 1-0. But for Henniges on the season, batting a very respectable .357 on the year. That triple last night was just his 3rd extra base hit on the year. Now a pickoff attempt over to first. Little sidearm throw over there from Chalice. Not a big lead from Roush over there on first base. And on the season, Roush just 1 for 2 trying to steal bases. The 1-0 pitch to Henniges misses up high, and he's up in the count 2-0 now.
A good 9-hole, too. Very, very productive 9-hole at that, hitting at the bottom of the order for the Bobcats, especially with that impressive average you talked about there, Joey.
I mean, Bobcats had a team 289 coming into today's game. Only problem is the team on the other side is just a tick below 300, 298 in Kent State. Chalice set. 2-0 pitch to Henniges, and again rides high and outside for a ball, and now Chalice risking walking his first Bobcat so far in the game. As Ohio does need base runners, down 6-0 early.
And the Bobcat shortstop has been a walk machine, had 2 in Game 2 yesterday and 1 in Game 1 as well.
3-0 pitch comes over the heart of the plate for a called strike. Taking all the way was Henniges to make the count 3-1. As that just looked like a get-me-over fastball there for Chalice. Here comes a 3-1 delivery, misses outside for a ball. Nice easy walk there from Henniges, and the Bobcats have something in the workings now. 2 on, nobody out, and the lineup turns over to Isaiah Peterson.
And Peterson in his second at-bat, talked about it a little bit earlier in this ball game. And in yesterday's second game, in his second at-bat of that one, he had a 2-run home run over the right center field fence out there. And if he can have another extra base hit here, it might score 2, especially with runners here and a speedy, and he gets over there at first base.
Yeah, and Peterson, I think what's most impressive is not only the 383 average coming in, but he's started and batted leadoff in every game for the Bobcats so far this year. Runners on first and second, nobody out, bottom 3, 6-0 lead, Kent State. First pitch into Peterson, misses up high for a ball, 1-0, and it looks like Chalice has lost a little bit of control he had early on in the first couple innings.
Yeah, and his catcher out there, Sam Thompson, will go and try to make sure he calms his pitcher down as he seems to be working high and in on lefties and high and out on righties. Having some struggle with the command here as we get deeper into this ball game. Still only in the third, though.
So a lengthy talk out on the mound between the two. As now the home plate umpire will come out and try to speed things up here.
That's been a big issue of baseball, just the pace of play. So what's your opinion on that there, Joey?
It's definitely been an emphasis the past couple years.
Yeah.
I think certain things are necessary, but I think other things are just never going to change in baseball.
Exactly. That's how the sport is.
1-0 delivery after a lengthy pause will catch the top of the strike zone for a called strike, 1-1. And a couple rumbles from the Bobcat faithful in the stands.
Yeah, and yesterday, head coach Jeff Duncan for the Kent State Golden Flashes got kicked out of that game later in the ball game after arguing balls and strikes.
Chalice coming set. The runner's on first and second. Takes a couple peeks to Roush at second base. Nobody holding him, though. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, but time was called by Peterson just before as he'll step out of the box.
Yeah, and Chalice wishes he got that pitch back right there. That was a good, nasty off-speed pitch right there. If he would have got that one just in time, don't know if Peterson would have got a good handle on that one.
Yeah, he snapped a good off-speed pitch there, like you said. The 1-1 pitch, swung on, grounded back up the middle and out into center field for a base hit. Roush will come around third. He'll be sent home. Throw coming into third base. Henniges slides in safely. Moving up to second is Peterson on the throw to third with an RBI single. And the Bobcats have their first run of the ball game here in the bottom of the third.
Good piece of hitting right there from Isaiah Peterson. Kept his hands inside and sent that ball right back where it came. Got him between the shortstop and the second baseman, Timbrook, up there. And Matthews' throw into third will not be in time, as now the Bobcats still have runners in scoring position right here, as I think Kent State's going to get time out here.
They will. It's going to be a mound meeting. That's the 13th RBI on the season for Isaiah Peterson. This is just a mound visit. Nobody warming up in the Kent State bullpen at the moment.
Looks like there might be somebody getting a little loose out there, but nobody throwing early in this one.
And these are always the days that I would think would be the toughest to be a bullpen arm. It's kind of chilly out. The wind never really stops, and then you got to try to get up and get loose.
Yeah, definitely, especially if you're a guy out of the bullpen. You want it to be one of those warmer days. When it's warmer, your arm can get going a little quicker. When it's colder, it just seems everything tenses up there.
So now the mound visit is over. as Michael Richardson will dig in. He singled back in the first inning in his first at-bat of the game. But Chalice really dealing with issues for the first time as he worked through the order pretty easily in the first 2 innings. But now 2 in scoring position, already 1 run in, 6-1 lead for Kent State with nobody out. Ohio trying to continue to put a dent into the deficit. Here comes a pitch into Richardson. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it back into the netting behind home plate. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, and Richardson, he's got a big hole over there on the right half of the infield as the second baseman, Timbrook, is shading toward the second base bag, trying to make sure that Isaiah Peterson out there isn't getting too aggressive of a lead.
Which is shocking since Richardson did go the other way on his single in the first inning as the pitch gets away from the catcher and easily trotting in will be Henniges. And moving up to third base on the wild pitch is Isaiah Peterson. It's now 6-2 after the wild pitch, and now another runner just 90 feet away from scoring.
Yeah, as now as it looks like a couple golden flashes out there. Another one runs out there into the bullpen. And the jackets have come off as it looks like somebody's getting warm out there.
So now a runner on third for Richardson. Still nobody out. Bobcats trail 6-2. Richardson swings at the pitch and fouls it over top the screen and out of play. He'll be down in the count 1-2.
Richardson only a .280 hitter so far in the season. But he's hitting 2-hole this afternoon for the Bobcats. He's had multiple walks and multiple games so far in this series.
Chalice comes set, trying to record an out here in this third inning. Breaking pitch misses just outside. Nice take there from Richardson to even up the count at 2 apiece.
And Kent State will still have that shift on right here as Timbrook's playing up the middle, shaded toward the right side of the infield, but still up the gut.
The 2-2 pitch home misses low and inside, and Thompson, the catcher, really having to work this at-bat to prevent another run from scoring. That'll run the count full, and this is the first full count a Bobcat has worked so far in the game. Chalice comes set. Peterson, the runner on third base. Here comes a full count pitch. Flied out into shallow right field, moving back to first baseman on the back pedal. He'll make the grab. That's Longwell staying at third base is Peterson, as that ball was nowhere near deep enough to have a tag up. And a very important first out there for Chalice as Colin Kasperbauer digs in.
And last at bat for Kasperbauer, he grounded into a 1-6-3 double play, inning ending that one at that, and he'll try and keep the Bobcats alive here as they'll shift Kasperbauer here once again. It seems like Kent State's working a lot with the shift here in this ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. They've loved shading the opposite field middle infielder up the middle, and that's panned out a couple times for him so far. Runner still on third, 1 away, 6-2 lead for Kent State. And the first pitch fastball taken for a strike by Kasperbauer.
And that's something really interesting for Kasperbauer is he's had a couple singles that have gone backside here as of recently. Not sure exactly why they'll be shading, but nonetheless, Kent State still going with that shift.
0-1 pitch, breaking ball, grounded out towards short. It will plate the runner. Throw on the first is in time, but Kasperbauer gets the job done with the RBI ground out. That's RBI number 9 for him on the season, and just in this inning, Ohio's cut the deficit in half. They came in trailing 6-0. It's now 6-3.
It's going to be hard to get all 6 runs back at once. The Bobcats really only plated 5 in one inning. That's been the most they've had so far in the season, or the series, in an inning. But still, they'll chip away at that lead.
As the first pitch in to Spencer Harbert is a called strike, 0-1 to him. But the shift works out there for Kent State. As the 0-1 pitch, big swing from Harbert, but he comes up empty, and he'll quickly be behind the count, 0-2. It looks like the stirring in the Kent State bullpen has relaxed just a little bit since the start of the inning as he gets rung up on the 0-2 pitch, strike 3 on the outside corner. But not before Ohio able to add 3 runs to make the deficit 6-3 heading into the top of the 4th.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now, hip. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beer, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Plan your next visit to stand up and cheer for your Ohio Bobcats in Athens County, Ohio. Visit AthensOhio.com, the best resource for where to eat, where to stay, where to shop, and where to play. Athens County is home to countless trails and outdoor activities. Enjoy mountain biking, kayaking, rock climbing, and hiking. Find your own adventure. Cruise the Hockhocking Adena Bikeway. Mountain bike the Bailey's Trail System. Hike trails less traveled at Stroud's Run State Park. Or ride 9 thrilling motorcycle routes on Ohio's Windy 9. We can't wait to see you in Athens County, Ohio.
Top of the fourth inning coming up, 6-3 lead for Kent State over Ohio. We'll throw it over to Cade Williamson to take over the play-by-play for the next few innings.
And Kent State here due up 8-9-1 in this half inning. Josh Johnson, Connor Ashby, and Kyle Jackson here for the Golden Flashes in this half inning as we're in the top of the fourth now. Like you said, Joey, score 6-3 in favor of the Golden Flashes. Both teams have 4 hits each. Bobcats have 1 error so far in the afternoon as Josh Johnson will waltz up to the plate. In his first plate appearance this afternoon, he had a walk in that one, playing left field on the day. Still up there on the mound for the Bobcats is number 28, Brendan Roeder. The first pitch is a little outside for a ball there from Roeder. The right-handed 6'5" pitcher out of Sioux City, Iowa. As Roeder will get his sign, so turn, kick, and fire to the plate. As that one will not catch the inner half of the plate and will be a ball on the inside. 2-0 now the count.
Yeah, and the credit to Roeder, it looked like this game would really get out of hand early in that second inning, but he's able to come in and get a few big outs for Ohio to kind of steady the ship a little bit.
Yeah, he's been solid out of the pen so far as he'll throw the 2-0 delivery, and that one will get by Colin Kasperbauer at third base and will be a single to left field for Josh Johnson as he'll now improve to 1-for-1 on the day, as Connor Ashby will come to the plate in his first at-bat. He flew out to right field. But like I said earlier in this broadcast, he's had a couple good solid singles to that right field spot earlier in this series, as he'll try to continue that right here.
And that's exactly why they call it the hot corner over at third. Kasperbauer, you saw, tried to reach out to knock that ball down, but that was just stung right at him by Johnson.
Yeah, it was definitely a screamer there for Johnson, the 8-hole. As Roeder will attempt to pick off over there and keep Johnson honest at first base. And now he'll work back into his rhythm here and get a sign from his catcher, Mason Minzy. As he'll come set here at the belt. Yo-O delivery. That one will be grounded over to Kasper. He'll field it, throw to Richardson at second. 5, 4, 3. Double play there for the Ohio Bobcats. Good double play ball there as Connor Ashby grounded into that one. Kent State, not a team that usually grounds into double plays, as that's only their 5th so far on the season.
Well, great job there, Kasperbauer. He's playing up on the edge of the turf there, of the grass area of the turf, and that was a hot shot. High hopper, didn't let the ball play him, and got a nice delivery to second to allow the quick turn back to first for the double play.
Yeah, as he played that well, and that ball from Kyle Jackson will be lofted into right field for a base hit. And Jackson will now be 2 for 3 on the day with 2 singles so far. As now Justin Kirby, the right fielder, will step up to the plate for the Golden Flashes. So far in the day, he is 0 for 1 with a walk in the first inning. As he scored in that first inning, was the first run for the Kent State Golden Flashes on this afternoon, as they lead this ball game 6-3 over the Ohio Bobcats. Kent State now with 6 hits on the afternoon. As over there at first base is the leadoff hitter, Kyle Jackson, and the right fielder, Kirby, is now into the box. So now Roeder will come set at the belt. Taking his time, he'll kick and fire. An attempted bunt there from Kirby. He'll pull back, but it'll be a called strike nonetheless. 0-1 now the count.
Yeah, and obviously he's not sacrificing himself there with 2 away in the inning, so if he were putting one down, it would have definitely been for a hit. I mean, he does have both corners kind of playing back at the moment.
Yeah, not a bad idea there from Kirby. But he pulled back, and I'm assuming he'll be free swinging here as this pitch will run a little inside for a ball, as the count will be evened up at 1s now. 2 down here, thanks to a 5-4-3 double play from Connor Ashby for Kent State, as Roeder induced that double play ground ball. And he'll try to get out of this inning before Kent State can do some damage, as the 1-1 delivery will be fouled off. A little bit of a check swing right there from Justin Kirby as he's kind of kicking himself out of that one. Wanted to pull the trigger fully on that one as it looked like an off-speed pitch there from Roeder. Went over the heart of the plate there.
Yeah, it looked like one of those pitches where his eyes lit up as soon as he saw it riding high, but then at the last second looked like he wanted to pull back because he probably could have taken that one for a ball, but just got too much of the barrel in the zone.
Yeah, and a good break there from that pitch from Roeder as now he'll come out of the belt and he'll keep Jackson honest over there at first base. No tag there from Cale Baker. And the count now still 1-2, or correction, now 1-2 to Justin Kirby. 2 down here. In the top of the fourth, the Kent State Golden Flashes at the plate. Brendan Roeder's delivery will be grounded on the left side of the infield, fielded by Casper Bauer, and a good stretch there. Got away from Cale Baker, as that will be likely an error in the dirt there from Casper Bauer. Not sure how they'll score that one, but getting to third on the throw will be Kyle Jackson. And now we'll have runners at the corners, as that is what they will score it over there. Is an error. Not sure if that one will be on Baker or Casper Bauer. Probably Casper Bauer because the ball was a little bit into the dirt there, or correction, the turf over there at first base.
Yeah, what probably hurts the most about that one is Casper Bauer had plenty of time to make the throw, just seemed to rush it a little bit, and it looked like Baker had a pretty good beat on it to dig it out, but just squeezes out of his glove. And now that puts Ohio back in another precarious situation. Seems like Kent State has had runners in scoring position all afternoon.
Yeah, and Brendan Roeder, talked about a little bit earlier, Joey. He's been pretty productive. As there's going to be a bit of a mound visit here for Ohio. Not action going out in the bullpen, as this will just be to make sure that Roeder's under control here, and he'll try to get out of this inning without giving up a run here. As like we've said, the score 6-3 right now in favor of Kent State. 2 down here, thanks to a double play ball earlier in the inning. Went Casper Bauer to Richardson to Baker, as it was Connor Ashby who grounded into that double play. And Kent State, the bats come alive early once again in this ball game. That's kind of been the tale of the series so far as the offense.
Yeah, and I wonder how much of a run Roeder will be able to have here. I mean, most of his outings this year have been just 2 innings. They gave him an extended run against Kentucky. He pitched 4 innings in that game. He was pitching to a lot of contact, though, so kept the pitch count low. Besides that, it's been all 2 innings outings. He's just at the 2 innings mark right now, so we'll see how long he'll be able to stay in there.
As now they'll break into their positions. And we've got runners at the corners here with 2 down for the ever-dangerous 3-hole Aiden Longwell, who was 2 for 2 on the day with a home run, 2-run home run back in the first, and a single in the second. As he'll rope that ball right up the gut for a single, and that'll plate Kyle Jackson there, as it'll be an RBI single, and runners will be back at the corners for Kent State as Aiden Longwell got all of that baseball, and it'll drop right in front of Peterson for an RBI single.
Well, Longwell didn't fall asleep in that mound visit. He came out first pitch attacking and just sent that ball right back up the middle. And I tell you what, this kid's really impressive. I mean, he hits for power. He's got a couple solid singles up the middle as well today. Just really able to spray the ball to all fields with decent power.
Yeah, 3 for 3 on the day so far. He's been the main leader offensively for the Kent State Golden Flashes as they lead this game now 7-3 over Ohio, as that ball will be squibbed over to third base, fielded by Casper Bauer. He'll throw on to Michael Richardson, and that'll be a fielder's choice. And Kent State will now lead Ohio 7-3 after an RBI single, as 2 runners are left on base there, and we'll take you to the bottom of the fourth.
The road to a championship is built on years of practice and hard work. That's true in basketball and the construction industry. The apprenticeship and upgrade training programs provided by the Athens Area Union Building Trades produces the workforce with the most modern skills and cutting-edge knowledge in the industry. The key to success to the Bobcats on the floor is the same as your choice on the work site. The winning move is working with members of the Athens Area Union Building Trades, proud sponsor of Ohio University basketball.
You got your go-tos, your standbys, even your favorites. But the beefy, cheesy burgers at McDonald's take you back to where it all began. Your Bite Zero, when you first tasted what a burger should be like. 2 perfectly seasoned beef patties stacked with a single slice of melty cheese on a golden bun. Now at McDonald's, get 2 McDouble burgers for $3. Whatever it is to you, classics are classics for a reason. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
We're here in the bottom of the fourth at Bob Wren Stadium in Athens, Ohio, on the banks of the Hocking River, as Kent State leads Ohio 7-3 here in this ball game, thanks to an early offensive outing out of the Golden Flashes. And due up here in this half inning for the Bobcats will be the 5, 6, 7 hitters, Mason Minzy, Will Sturck, and Cale Baker due up here. As still up there on the bump for the Kent State Golden Flashes, working well into this ball game is number 19, Eric Chalice, who's now in his fourth inning of work.
Yeah, and that just goes to show you how important that error was last inning. It looked like the Bobcats were going to get out of the fourth unscathed with a lot of momentum, with still a 6-3 deficit. But when you give the other team's best hitters a chance to hit after committing an error, they'll come back to bite you, and that happened to Ohio in the top of the fourth. But still trying to keep that momentum from last inning rolling here in the bottom of the fourth.
As now the switch-hitting catcher, Mason Minzy, will step into the box here for the Bobcats. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat, a big hack at that first at-bat. As Chalice with the 0-0 delivery will be a little off the plate there. Will be a ball to start off for the Ohio backstop. As Chalice will get his signs here from his catcher, Thompson. The 1-0 delivery will be screened right back up the middle. That ball is going deep toward the track, and it will find the trees out there in center field and will be a home run for the Ohio catcher, Mason Minzy, as he got all of that baseball and drove it right back where it came to center field for a jack. And now the score is 7-4 in favor of Kent State.
It's the team's RBI leader, and he'll get another one right there, and even 20 on the year as he just smoked that ball right back up the box. We were talking about this before the game. This is a pretty deep ballpark. I mean, probably dead ahead center there. That's about 410 out there, but just a frozen rope out there to right center field from Minzy.
Yeah, great piece of hitting there. As Will Sturck, the designated hitter, will step into the box now for the Bobcats, and he'll take a ball in the outer half of the plate. And Minzy now with another home run in this series, as that, I believe, will be his third so far on the series, as that pitch there to Sturck will be in there for a strike count, even up now at ones. As Minzy so far in this series is at a total of 4 extra base hits, 3 of those 4 being home runs, and the other being a double off the wall in game 1 of this series. That ball is spiked right into the turf. It gets away from Thompson for ball number 2.
Yeah, that's not a bad weekend, huh?
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, he's just been hitting the baseball well so far this season, or correction, this series. Seeing it very well is Mason Minzy. As Will Sturck, 1 for 1 on the day with a single, as he'll sky that one out to right center field, shallow right center field at that, and camping up under it will be the right fielder, Justin Kirby, and it'll find his glove for out number 1 here in the bottom of the fourth. It's now the Ole Miss transfer and Central Ohio product, Cale Baker, will work into the box, trying to break a little bit of a slump. Had a hit in the second game yesterday's doubleheader. And he'll try to find the green here once again as Kent State working with the shift here.
Yeah, something that's encouraging, though, like you said. You know, he has been drawing a couple walks in the past game, so he's not trying to force it up there at the plate.
He's trying to just see it in. As Baker will see that one in for a ball in the outer half of the plate. A little bit of a check swing to appeal down to first. First base umpire says no, he did not go, and the count will be 1-0. 1 down here in the bottom of the fourth. As Chalice still dealing up there on the mound. The 1-0 delivery will catch the zone there. The count will be evened up at ones. Bobcats, 4 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors so far in this ball game. Both those errors coming from the third baseman Colin Kasperbauer so far. One led to a run last inning for Kent State, last half inning at that, as that pitch will be fouled off down the third base line. And the count will now be 1-2 to the Ohio first baseman. Chalice has been had a pretty good outing so far this afternoon, only giving up 4 runs. 5 hits, as said right before, only 1 walk so far. That being to Xavier Hennigas, the shortstop for the Bobcats, as that pitch will be fouled out of play over toward the bike path over there behind Bob Wren Stadium. And Cale Baker will stay alive in the box. Count still 1-2.
Yeah, and of course it always helps when you go out there first 2 innings and your guys on offense give you 6 runs, helps you just settle in a little bit and not worry about being tight, trying to hit corners. You just want to throw the ball over the plate and not allow free base runners to the other side.
Yeah, I mean, Chalice has really only had one inning where he's struggled so far, as that ball will be skied on the right half of the field, and it will not find the glove. There's a little bit of a collision there between Aiden Longwell and the right fielder, Justin Kirby. His hats are all over the place. Sunglasses are all over the place. Out there is.
Yeah, hopefully everybody's okay. Looks like they should all be fine, back up to their feet. But, I mean, Longwood, boy, did he cover some distance out there.
I know. I mean, he's playing a little deep over there at first base, but that's a little bit of deep right field out there for Aiden Longwell, a great athlete for Kent State, as the trainer, head coach will come out there and try to check and make sure that both players are well, as Longwell really the only player that seems to be a little bit shaken up after that play.
Yeah, they're back up on their feet. But, boy, I mean, it looked like for a second he almost made the over-the-shoulder snag there on the run, and that would have been a heck of a play.
Yeah, I thought he got it at first, and the ball just kind of squibbed out there, and Cale Baker will once again stay alive here with a 1-2 count.
Looks like everyone's staying in the game, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, that is good to see for the Kent State dugout and for the Kent State Golden Flashes all together, as they'll still have the shift on here after Baker's fouled some toward the right side. And if I was Baker, I'd still try to go to the right side there, as a ball maybe over the head or to the left of the first baseman. Aiden Longwell could be extra bases for the Ohio first baseman. The 1-2 delivery, and that ball will be once again fouled off toward the right side and out of play. A little past the Kent State bullpen, almost to the Ohio softball field over there.
Yeah, Longwell wasn't run after that one.
No, I don't think anybody was really going to be able to get that one. Baker got that one a little bit more and fouled it out of play, and still the 1-2, and still the shift here for Kent State. Chalice still up on the mound. He'll get the signs from Thompson. And the pitch from Chalice will be low into the turf, kept in front of Thompson, and the count will now be evened up at 2s to Cale Baker. Baker started his college career at that, at Cincinnati, and transferred to Wabash College, community college at that, and that ball will be skied once again and fouled back on the right side. Cale Baker having a productive at-bat up there.
Yeah, and, of course, the school Ole Miss he came from, top 5 in the country in baseball down in the SEC this year.
Yeah, as he's a grad student, wanted to come back home. He's a Central Ohio product, Cale Baker. And he'll try to break the slump with a battle here against Chalice. The 2-2 delivery, and that'll be up and out for a ball, and Cale Baker. Productive at-bat here for the Bobcats, as he's worked this count now full. And he'll try to give the Bobcats a base runner once again. In the on-deck batter's box is A.J. Roush, who's had a great series. The 3-2 pitch, and that'll be swung on right through. On go for strike number 3, as Chalice will win that battle for Cale Baker, but he didn't go down without a fight, as now there will be 2 down for the right fielder, A.J. Roush.
Yeah, Chalice hasn't got a lot of swings and misses in this one, just his 3rd strikeout, but really put that pitch in a great spot. Just around the knees, maybe even a little bit below, but he got Baker to try to protect with 2 strikes, and he came up empty.
Yeah, definitely a good full count pitch there from Eric Chalice, the lefty. As he'll deliver to A.J. Roush, and that pitch will not find the zone. It will be a ball to the Bobcat right fielder. Chalice out of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, a freshman, standing 6 feet 1 inch tall. As the 1-0 delivery will be in there for a strike. Great pitch on the outer half there. Caught the knees as well to A.J. Roush, and he'll work quickly, and so will Chalice here. So it'll be 1-1 here to Roush. The delivery, and then it'll be fouled back. Good piece there from Roush, but just under it, as now he'll be in a bit of a hole now. Count 1-2, 2 down here for the Ohio Bobcats in the bottom of the 4th, but they did plate 1 after a solo shot to deep center field from Mason Minzy. As the count is now 1-2. And Chalice will turn, kick, and deliver to the plate, and that'll be in the dirt, kept in front by Thompson. As the count will be evened up at 2s now. A.J. Roush steps back into the box, and he'll stare down Chalice. Chalice will turn, kick, and fire the 2-2, and that'll be fouled back, and Roush will stay alive here once again. Bobcats get into holes and counts, but not going down without a fight.
Yeah, definitely not. Good job reaching out and just getting a piece of that one. As Roush, like we said, been having a great week in general, starting with the Marshall game on Wednesday, trying to keep that alive with some two-strike hitting here.
As Chalice will get the signs. And the 2-2 delivery once again will be in the dirt for a ball, and the count runs full now to A.J. Roush. Once again, a great at-bat from the Ohio Bobcats as they've worked a pitcher's count into a full count here once again with 2 down in the bottom of the 4th. Your score 7-4 in favor of Kent State. That's a big pitch here. Full count delivery from Chalice. That'll be fouled back, and Roush will stay alive.
Yeah, he's just a tick underneath that one. Otherwise, he might have been lining that one out in the left center field gap.
Yeah, I bet he'll want to do that here. An extra base hit will give the Bobcats a runner in scoring position. Xavier Henniges, solid hitter at that at the 9 hole with an on-base percentage of .426 coming into this ball game, and he walked in his first at-bat. And Roush will get the 3-2 delivery again, and that ball will run a little high and out for a walk. As A.J. Roush will take a free 90 down to first base, and the Bobcats have a base runner here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, and you see Ohio lineup really settling into what Chalice is trying to do early on. A lot of swings early in the count. Now in the last 2 innings, they've already worked 4 full counts as a team and a couple walks along the way as they try to spark a 2-out rally here. I mean, if Henniges can find a way to get on base, you turn the lineup over to Peterson, who's been swinging a hot stick all weekend.
As the Bobcat shortstop will work himself into the box. And the 0-0 delivery will be a little high for a ball. Henniges walked in his first plate appearance this afternoon. He leads in that category, or correction, he does not lead in that category. Leading in that category is second baseman Michael Richardson, but Henniges has 5. He's had a lot over this series, I'll say. It's more what I was looking for to say, is that ball will be fouled back, and the count will now be evened up at 1s. Bobcats have a base runner right now over at first, A.J. Roush. Got 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th, but they have played in 1 in this half inning thanks to a solo shot from catcher Mason Minzy. As Xavier Henniges at the plate here for the Bobcats. 1-1 the count. Eric Chalice still up there on the mound for Kent State. And he'll deliver the 1-1, and it'll be in there for a strike. And the count will now be 1-2. The Ohio shortstop. Bobcats have 5 hits so far in this afternoon and have played 4. As they trail Kent State 7-4 here. Chalice, the delivery, and it'll be swung through and missed there from Xavier Henniges, and he'll go down on 4 pitches. Bobcats plate 1 in the bottom of the 4th, but still trail Kent State 7-4.
At People's Bank, our vision is to be the best community bank in America. We focus on building relationships with our clients and offering cutting-edge financial products. People's Bank is proud to support the local communities in which we work and live. This is Ashley Brown, People's Bank Vice President and Regional Manager, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Warehouse Tire in Athens is your locally owned and operated auto and truck tire center. At Warehouse Tire, we focus on customer service with a professional staff and a huge inventory of wheels and tires for a variety of applications, including farm and industrial. We feature top brands including Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal. Warehouse Tire is also a full-service auto service shop. Let us help with all of your under-vehicle maintenance, including brakes, shocks, struts, and alignments. Visit Warehouse Tire on Hepherdsville Road in Athens or online at warehousetireinc.com.
We're here in the top of the 5th at Bob Wren Stadium as Kent State leads the Ohio Bobcats 7-4 here. And due up this half inning for Kent State will be the 5-6-7 hitters. As Colin Matthews, the center fielder, will lead off here. He's 0 for 1 on the day, reached on an error in his last plate appearance. He had a walk back in the first. As the center fielder will work himself into the box, and still up there on the bump for the Bobcats is Brendan Roeder. He's now in his fourth inning of work. Correction, third, as his first pitch will be in the dirt there for a ball. And the count will be 1-0 to Matthews. Roeder trying to repeat the signs from his battery mate, Minzy. And he'll deliver there, and that ball will be fouled toward the Ohio dugout. The count will now be evened up at 1s for Colin Matthews.
Yeah, and Roeder's really come in and pounded the strike zone, done a good job, and the only run he's given up was an unearned one on that Casper Bauer error.
And so deliver that one, and it'll be skied out of play. And the count will now favor Roeder, so it'll be 1-2.
But it looked like it was going to be another one of those days for Kent State's bats where they're just going to run up the score in every inning, and he's really done a good job keeping them off balance so far.
Yeah, that's completely true with that one, as the 1-2 delivery will be low and in the dirt and kept in front there by Minzy. And the count will now be even at 2s. So far on the season for Colin Matthews, he's a .261 hitter. Has an impressive .413 slugging percentage and .375 OBP. Just a shade under 800. As he'll swing through that one, and that'll be strike 3 there. As that'll be one down here in the top of the 5th. And now stepping to the plate for Kent State will be Michael McNamara, who's been swinging a hot bat in the past 2 days.
Yeah, it's pretty much a challenge pitch there, low in the zone, just a heater, and like you said, got him to swing right through it for his second punch out of the game.
As McNamara will work himself into the box. 1 for 2 on the day with a 2-run bomb in the first. Roeder will deliver here, and that ball will be skied out to center field. Working up under it will be Isaiah Peterson, and it'll find his glove for out number 2. Here in the top of the 5th is working 2 quick outs is Brendan Roeder.
Boy, with all the base runners and hits and runs we've had in this game, I mean, this inning seems like a breeze so far.
I know.
2 quick outs.
Even last half inning seemed like it took a little bit of a while when the Bobcats played one after a solo shot from Mason Minzy. As now Mac Timbrook will step in the box. The left swinging as that'll get him. As he'll take his free 90 on that one as it'll go down as a hit by pitch. The first one of the ball game from Roeder. That'll give Kent State a base runner here, and they'll try to spark a 2-out rally as Josh Johnson will step up to the plate. It's 1 for 1 on the day with a single back in the 4th and a walk in the 2nd.
Yeah, just trying to establish himself on the inside there. Just came across it a little too much, and easy for Timbrook to stand in there and take that one.
As the pitch there will run a little far inside to Johnson, and the count will now be 1-0. 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Runner on first here for Kent State. And runner being Mac Timbrook. Took a pitch. Looked to be off the thigh there from Roeder, so deliver the 1-0, and that'll be swung through and missed. Good pitch there from Roeder as Johnson whiffed on that one.
Yeah, last couple fastballs got away from him, so he switches it up, goes to the changeup, and well out in front was Johnson on that one. That was good change of pace there from Roeder.
As the count now evened up at 1s. 2 down here in the top of the 5th for Brendan Roeder. And the pitch will get by Mason Minzy, and that'll probably go down as a pass ball as reaching second safely over the Kent State second baseman Mac Timbrook, and Kent State now has a runner in scoring position here with 2 down and a 2-1 count to their left fielder Josh Johnson.
Yeah, just like that. It looked like they were pretty dead this inning, the strikeout and fly ball, but then a hit by pitch and pass ball, and now all of a sudden you're looking for a 2-out base hit to add another run.
As they'll try to spark a rally right here. As Roeder will get the signs from Minzy. Comes set at the belt, checks his runner there at second base, and the 2-1 delivery will be swung through, and they'll get him on the swing there. As the count will be evened up at 2s now to the Kent State left fielder as he had a little half-hearted swing on that one. Roeder's ready to roll here. He's worked into a bit of a rhythm now. Runner on second out there, Mac Timbrook. Count even up at 2s now. And the pitch from Roeder will be swung on and hit out to third base from Casper Bauer. He'll field it cleanly, throw on to first to Cale Baker, and that'll go down as a 5-3. Put out there, and the Bobcats will get out of the inning without allowing a run. Score still 7-4, and we'll travel to to the bottom of the fifth.
Ticket Smarter is glad we are back to holding live events. If you are looking to buy tickets to the best sports, concerts, and theater events all at the very best price, look no further than Ticketsmarter.com or on the app. Buying tickets at TicketSmarter will help support children in need. For every ticket transaction on TicketSmarter, $1 will be donated to a children's charity. TicketSmarter is proud to be the official ticketing partner of Ohio University Athletics. TicketSmarter, a smarter way to buy tickets.
Located on 741 East State Street, Steak & Shake is serving up handmade milkshakes, fresh pressed steak burgers, and crispy shoestring fries cooked right to order. Kick off your day with our breakfast served until 11 a.m. And don't forget to join us for happy hour drinks and shakes on weekdays from 2 p.m. till 5 p.m.
Left corner for three, bang! And oh baby, what a first half it's been.
In sight, it must be right. We'll see you there at Steak & Shake Athens.
One, two, three due up in this half inning for the Ohio Bobcats as we're in the bottom of the fifth. Score 7-4 in favor of the Kent State Golden Flashes here in Game 4 of this four-game series between these two MAC foes. As due up here is Isaiah Peterson, the center fielder, 1 for 2 on the day, had a single back in the third. Still up there dealing for the Kent State Golden Flashes is Eric Chalice. He's in his fifth inning of work as his first pitch there to Peterson will run a little low for a ball, and the count will be 1-0. Kent State has a couple of arms working out there in their bullpen. Looks to be a righty and a lefty. Here in this fifth is that off-speed pitch will be spat on by Peterson, and the count will be 2-0 now to the center fielder.
Yeah, we'll see how long the leash is for Chalice. Pitch count getting up there a little bit.
As that pitch will be skied out in the left center field, trying to track it down is Matthews, and he'll get it there right before the track. Good defensive play there from the center fielder as one center fielder will fly out to the other, and it'll be one down here in the bottom of the fifth. As now stepping to the plate will be the efficient on-base machine and Michael Richardson.
Yeah, you pointed it out. Great defensive play there from Matthews. Nice drop step, had a great beat on the ball, and was able to track that one down in the alley. Hung up just a little bit too much for Peterson.
As Richardson will work himself into the box, and the first pitch will be low and in for a ball. So far on the day, Richardson 1 for 2. Both of his hits have been toward the right side of the infield, but Kent State will still shift to the left as he'll drop a bunt down. Ooh. Had a great idea working there. Tried to drop it where Kent State wasn't, but it'll work himself foul. And the count will be evened up at ones now.
Yeah, you could see with that big hole at second base, he was trying to get enough on it to push it past the mound, and like it would have been an easy base hit if had it gotten there, but just pushed it a little bit too foul.
Especially with Richardson's speed there. As the second baseman will have a 1-1 delivery from Chalice, and that ball will be rocketed out into right center field, and it'll be tracked in by the right fielder, Justin Kirby. So he made a great beat on that ball as it tailed right into his glove, and a tough break there for Richardson.
Yeah, I was about to say, forget the bunt, just put one out in the gap, but unlucky as it hung up just like the previous hit, just long enough for Kirby to lay out and make a play on the ball. There's a couple loud outs for the Bobcats so far in this fifth inning.
So now the 3-hole and third baseman Colin Kasperbauer will step into the box, trying to get his first hit of the ball game. 0 for 2 on the day. As the pitch there will be fought off, and it'll go off of Kasperbauer for a foul ball. And Kent State's Jeff Duncan out of the dugout quickly on that one, as he didn't think it hit anything on Kasperbauer to make it a foul ball.
I mean, I generally have a hard time believing when a hitter decides to not at all leave the box that the ball hit him.
I mean, unless it's something that
it's a great
you
sell
know
job.
It's out.
I'm about to say, it's a great sell job.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it definitely hit off of him somewhere.
I think the frustration is coming that it's usually the home plate umpire's call there.
Yeah.
And since he didn't make it.
Yeah, that's why. Head coach Jeff Duncan out of the dugout right there as the...
Not a lengthy argument, though.
No, not at all. Just wanted a little bit of clarification right there as Kasperbauer will stay in the box here for the Bobcats. And he'll have an 0-1 count as Chalice will deliver. And that will run in and hit him. Plunked him. right on the shoulder right there. And it'll be a free base for the third baseman. And now the ever-dangerous Spencer Harbert will waltz up to the plate here. 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout, looking back in the third.
Well, that's been the game plan on Casper all day, to pitch to him inside, and he's done a great job. Jammed him a couple times so far in the game, but that one just got away from him a little bit.
So now Harbert. A little half-hearted pick-off attempt over there.
What you call those in high school again?
Nickel dimes. That's what we called them. A little bit of an interesting dialogue right there, but that's what we called them back in Central Ohio. Good old nickel dime over there. Shout out to my JV coach, Tyler Bragg, for that one. As the kick, 0-0 delivery will run a little high right there for a ball. To the left fielder, Spencer Harbert.
Yeah, that one didn't travel to Maryland. Where I grew up.
Not an East Coast thing, more of a Midwest thing, I guess. As Chalice still up there on the mound. 1-0 delivery here to Harbert. And he'll sky that one way high, almost up into the clouds. It's working into right center field, but tracking it down will be the center fielder, Matthews. It'll find his glove. Bobcats don't play any in the bottom of the fifth, and the score still remains 7-4.
If you can dream it, you can do it. Maybe your dream is to have a vacation cabin in the woods. Or maybe your dream is to open up a cat cafe.
Who ordered the milk?
At Ohio University Credit Union, your dreams are our dreams, and we have the money to lend that will make them a reality. OUCU offers great loan rates, flexible terms, and fast responses on your application. Not a member? You can join. Really, stop by a branch or visit oucu.org. Equal housing opportunity, loan subject to credit approval, federally insured by NCUA, MLS number 433809.
When you order your groceries online with ClickList from Kroger, you can do your shopping anytime, anywhere, like the gym, the office, or your favorite comfy couch. And whether you place your order on your phone, tablet, or computer, it's still your neighborhood Kroger. So you'll find all the fresh choices, low prices, and great deals you love. And you'll save time, too. Try ClickList from Kroger with same-day pickup. Check it out at Kroger.com. Fresh food, low prices at Kroger.
9-1-2 due up here in the top of the sixth for the Kent State Golden Flashes. Is on for his fourth inning of work will be Brendan Roeder. As he's still up there on the mound, been very consistent out of the bullpen this afternoon. He's had a good outing so far, yet to allow an earned run. Did allow one, though, off of a wild pitch. The first pitch he threw, actually, in this ball game. But besides that, he's had an effective outing so far, only giving up 3 hits and 2 strikeouts on the afternoon. As the 9-hole, Connor Ashby, the designated hitter for the afternoon, will step up to the box. 0 for 2 on the day after a flyout and a 5-4-3 double play back in the fourth. First pitch will be in there for a strike. Roeder start off this batter in his favor. Ashby swinging a bit of a hot bat so far in the season. Came into this game with a .529 batting average. As that pitch will not find the zone. Be a little too low there to Ashby. As the count now evened up at 1s.
Yeah, it's never a bad thing when you can pull a guy who's not an everyday starter, put him into the lineup, and he's hitting .529.
That just seems how Kent State is all together. As that ball will be swung through and missed from Ashby, as now he's into a 1-2 hole. Ashby out of North Canton, Ohio. Didn't have to travel very far to go play baseball up at Kent State. Freshman. As well, for the Golden Flashes, as the 1-2 delivery from Roeder will be swung on and missed in the dirt. And it'll be a drop third strike as Mincy will throw on to Baker. It'll be a strikeout there for Roeder. Now we'll flip it to the top of the order as Kyle Jackson will step to the plate, the third baseman for Kent State.
Yeah, and in his outing against Marshall back on Wednesday, Roeder really wasn't getting a lot of swings and misses, but he has so far in this game, as that's the third punch-out. He's done a good job keeping Kent State's barrel off the ball so far since his outing started.
This is the third baseman, Jackson, will loft that one into center field, but it will be tracked down by Peterson for a flyout and out number 2, and another quick 1-2 for Kent State. And now the 2-hole Justin Kirby playing right field had a great play on the ball last half inning. Will step up to the box.
like you mentioned, Roeder keeping the pitch count low, just over 40 pitches now, and the rate he's going, why not keep him out there? It's been a great bridge after the rocky start from Libertor.
Yeah, he's just been dealing out there ever since he came out of the pen. In his 4th inning of work so far, as Kirby will work himself into the box. Working on an 0 for 2 day, reached on an error in the 4th. Drove in a run on that error. That pitch will be low. For a ball, 1-0 the count now. Sun started to peek out there a little bit in the middle part of this game. And now it's gone away as the clouds have rolled in over Athens. As that pitch right there, the 1-0 delivery will be in there for a strike count, now evened up at 1s to Justin Kirby. As Roeder now just kind of worked himself into a bit of a rhythm.
But for a March day in Athens, you'll take this 50 degrees. Wind makes it a little bit colder.
As that ball screamed right up the middle there. Good piece of hitting from Justin Kirby. As he'll reach first now, and Kent State will try to get a 2-out rally going with Aiden Longwell now stepping to the plate. So he's 3 for 3 on the day with a 2-run bomb back in the first.
He tried to sneak that one on the outside part of the plate, but Kirby just did a good job getting extended and just ripping that one back up the box. As Kent State, they refuse to have a 3-up, 3-down inning.
Nah, as they've only really had one so far this afternoon, and that was the third as they went 5, 6, 7 in order. But Aiden Longwell will now step to the plate, and Kent State will have an extended inning here as the first baseman. Had that 2-run bomb, like we mentioned, back in the first. 2 RBI singles so far here in the correction. An RBI single back in the 4th and a single in the 2nd. That extended the inning for Kent State.
And obviously they're going to try to be careful here. You see the first pitch going below the knees.
As Roeder definitely will be careful and cautious to the dangerous first baseman, as that one will catch the outer half of the plate for a strike. His count evened up at 1s now. As Kirby's single back up the middle was Kent State's 8th hit on the afternoon, and they plated 7 from those 8 hits and 2 errors from the Bobcats that have definitely assisted the Golden Flashes. As the pitch from Roeder will be on the outer half, hit a spot definitely, but a little too far off the plate, and the count now runs to 2-1 to the Kent State first baseman. Justin Kirby over there at first base. On here as Kent State tries to work a little 2-out rally. 2-1 the count here. Brendan Roeder still on the mound for the Bobcats. His delivery will be to Longwell and fielded easily from Cale Baker, and he'll take that unassisted, score that 3 unassisted there on that one, and that'll be the out number 3 in the top of the 6th. And we'll take you to the bottom of the 6th. Score still 7-4.
These days, we're all doing a lot more virtually, which is why at Ohio Health, we've expanded our virtual care options and availability to make it even easier to get safe expert care at home. That includes virtual visits with over 1,000 trusted providers in every medical specialty. Learn more about our virtual health options at ohiohealth.com/virtual health.
Let's go Cats. Let's go Labatt Blue Light. When you drink a pristine Canadian Pilsner, you're good at beer. Bobcats fans, grab a Labatt Blue Light and be good at beer. Always enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2021 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. All rights reserved. Labatt, registered U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd.
Five, 6, 7 due up here in the bottom of the 6th for the Ohio Bobcats as Kent State's made a bit of a pitching change here. As the left-handed Jacob Baldino, number 28, will enter the ball game out of Marietta, Georgia, a Virginia transfer. As so far on the season for Baldino, he's a 9.00 ERA, a 0-0 win-loss record, and 1 appearance so far in 1 inning. 1 run allowed and 1 run earned. He only has fanned 1 batter so far in this young season for the Kent State Golden Flashes. As this game has been knotted up at 7-4 ever since the bottom of the 4th after a solo shot from Mason Minzy as he'll be due up here for the Bobcats. Switch hitting catcher. 1 for 2 on the day after that solo shot back in the 4th.
Yeah, and he got all the way around on that ball, lined it in the right center field, and like you said, back out toward those trees out there. So that's kind of the last little spark Ohio's had on offense, a quiet last inning.
Yeah, as the pitching's been rock solid ever since both teams have played in 1 in the 4th. As the pitch there from Baldino will be a little bit off the plate for a ball. As Menzie will now have a 1-0 count here.
Well, it's funny to think if this game went final at 7-4, it'd be by far the lowest scoring game in the series.
Yeah, as that ball is chopped out to the shortstop, Michael McNamara. He'll throw on to Longwell at first, and that'll be out number 1 here in this bottom of the 6th. As now the designated hitter, Will Sturck, will work himself into the box, working on a 1 for 2 day. Had a base hit back in the 2nd. Had a little confusion about that base hit there, as we thought it was originally scored as an error, but then they changed it back to a hit for Sturck, as he'll take that one. Definitely will improve that average, as the first pitch to Sturck will be off the plate for a ball. And that hit that he had back in the 2nd was a screamer. It kind of ricocheted off the glove of the third baseman, Kyle Jackson, as he reached safely on that one. The pitch there from Baldino will be scorched out to shortstop, fielded well by McNamara. He'll throw on to Longwell at first. And McNamara's had a little bit of action out there, as he's recorded 2 outs now, throwing on to Longwell at first. 2 down now for the first baseman, Cale Baker.
And it looks like Baldino has got a little bit more giddy up behind that fastball than the starter Chalice did. So he's really putting it in there, and see Ohio not really able to get any lift on the ball in the first couple at-bats.
Yeah, definitely. He's got a little bit more velocity on that fastball. I'll say that. Notice that too, Joey, is Cale Baker, 0 for 2 on the day. The strikeout back in the 4th, and a ground out in the 2nd. As that pitch will run a little high and out to the Ohio first baseman. It's count now 1-0. Baldino has got 2 quick outs, as McNamara out there at short's been on his toes out there, recording both of those outs, as that 1-0 pitch will be swung through and missed by Cale Baker, as the count now knotted up at 1s. Like we've said, Baker trying to break that slump here and find some green. He did in the 2nd game of yesterday's doubleheader. Later in the ball game, had a single, as that pitch will be a little off the plate for a ball, as the count now runs to 2-1.
Yeah, think about him. He doesn't chase bad pitches. He's always in the at-bat, fighting, drawing good hitters' counts. Just got to be able to put all the pieces of the puzzle together.
We'll see if he can do it here. This 2-1 delivery from Baldino will be in there for a strike, as the count now evened up at 2s. Baker just wants clarification of where that was in the zone. This lone plate umpire says it caught the inner half. 2 down here, the bottom of the 6th. 7-4 your score in favor of Kent State, as Baldino will deliver. And that pitch will be swung on and missed from Cale Baker, and the Bobcats will go 1-2-3, as that'll end the bottom of the 6th. Score still remains 7-4 here at Bob Wren.
We've all seen the tragedies associated with drug activity and impaired driving in our state. This is Trooper Conkler of the High State Highway Patrol's Athens Post. We need everyone's help to keep drugs out of our communities, keep impaired drivers off our roads, and get people to make good decisions when driving. Traffic and community safety is the responsibility of everyone. You can do your part in calling pound 677 to report drug activity and impaired or reckless drivers to law enforcement. Together we can make Ohio a safer place to live and travel.
Let O'Neill Hartman Insurance show you how Grange's strong value and fast claim service delivers league-leading coverage. O'Neill Hartman Insurance will find you a Grange auto policy that balances competitive rates and a responsive Grange claim service. O'Neill Hartman Insurance considers Grange their go-to company for their combination of great value and outstanding claim service. Call O'Neill Hartman at 740-797-4685 or visit them online at o'neillhartman.com.
We're here in the top of the 7th, and I'll turn it back over to you, Joey, as you'll call the 7th, 8th, and 9th here at Bob Wren.
Well, thank you, Cade. 7-4 lead for Kent State over Ohio. 8 hits for Kent State, 5 for the Bobcats. No errors for Kent State, and 2 for Ohio. As Brendan Roeder stays out on the mound for Ohio, and why not? 4 1/3 so far, and only 1 run allowed, but it was unearned. 3 strikeouts and 4 hits. As he's probably had one of the better outings against this Kent State lineup for Ohio over the weekend so far.
I would say that much. Seems like the pitchers have just kind of struggled this weekend, but Roeder solid up there on the bump.
First pitch of this inning comes right down the heart of the plate to Sam Thompson. He takes it for a called strike. 0-1. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Golden Flashes as they try to add on to their 3-run lead and force a split of the 4-game series with the Bobcats. 0-1 pitch to Thompson. Good spot there from Roeder on the outer half for another called strike. Quickly up 0-2.
Yeah, great pitch right there from Roeder. Low and away, and got the strike call. As now he's up in the count, 0-2. We'll see if he can fan this one.
And now Thompson calls time. As we mentioned, that Roeder really gets up there and looks to deal the next pitch. As quick timeout, now he's back. The 0-2 pitch bounces in the dirt. Good take from Thompson, and a good waste pitch to make the count 1-2. Thompson 0 for 3 so far in the game. He popped up in foul territory, ground out to third, and had a fielder's choice back in the 4th inning. Roeder, the 1-2 pitch. Grounded out to Richardson at second, takes a couple steps to his left, fields it in the hole, and makes a strong throw on to first in time to retire the leadoff batter for Kent State in this 7th inning.
Kent State's heart of their order due up this inning, 4, 5, 6 here as Matthews will now step up to the plate.
That he will, and he scored 1 run so far in the game. Back in the 1st inning on the 2-run homer from McNamara. Besides that, he reached on an error, then got caught stealing, and has struck out. First pitch misses low for a ball, 1-0, as Ohio now has the corners up in the infield, and the middle infielders playing back at normal depth. And the outfield playing straight away to Matthews. Ohio looking for win number 10 on the season, and it would be great to get out to a 4-2 start in conference play as the 1-0 pitch catches the inner third for a called strike, 1-1.
Yeah, and Matthews out of Lewis Center, Ohio, might have some ties with some Bobcats, as I know that out there in right field out of Powell, Ohio, is A.J. Roush. Similar area in Central Ohio.
1-1 pitch, another good hard fastball there for a called strike from Roeder. He's up in the count 1-2 with 1 away. Top 7, 7-4 Golden Flashes over Ohio. Roeder out of the windup, kicks and deals a 1-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. 4th punch out of the ball game for Roeder, and he's 1 out away from a 3-up, 3-down inning here in the 7th.
That was a great pitch right there from Roeder. Got a swing and a miss, and he's working quick here once again in this inning.
With that, McNamara will dig in. He had a 2-run blast back in the 4th inning. Of course, that was off Libertor in his 2 at-bats against Roeder so far. He struck out and flew out to center field as he's swinging hard at the first pitch and grounds it just outside the third base line in foul territory. That one ball will roll all the way out to the wall. 0-1 the count. So now someone from the bullpen has to hop the fence and grab that ball. Always making those bullpen guys work however they can throughout the game.
Yeah, and speaking of that bullpen out there, it looks like 2 righties are moving up out there for the Bobcats. Roeder's had a good start to this ball game for him.
That he has. 0-1 pitch laced foul down the left field line, and Roeder up in the count 0-2 as McNamara well out in front of the first 2 pitches he's seen this at-bat.
Seems like McNamara's definitely got this timed up right here. Surprised the Bobcats don't have a little bit of shading defensively, as Kent State's gone with the shift a lot so far this afternoon on their defensive adjustments.
Yeah, Ohio's pretty much played straight away to every batter throughout the game. 0-2 pitch, 2 out. Top 7. Roeder, high fastball, misses high and inside for a ball, 1-2. As you can see, and with McNamara being so out in front of the fastball, it seems like Roeder doesn't quite want to go to an off-speed pitch.
Don't want to hang it either, especially with dangerous hitting McNamara at that.
The 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back punch-outs for Roeder. 5 in the ball game as he gets through the 7th inning. It's stretch time here at Bob Wren. Ohio down by 3 heading into the bottom of the 7th.
You expect world-class primary care from Memorial Health System. It's time to expect more, much more. Our patients now also get free virtual urgent care. So expect our expertise everywhere and answers anytime for free. No one else offers this because we're reinventing primary care. So find out more and expect more today from Memorial Health System.
The past year and a half, we've all been part of unprecedented times that have been heavy. At Integrated Services for Behavioral Health, we have been here for you throughout the heaviness of the pandemic and will continue to be here for you whenever you need us. Checking in on your behavioral health and well-being is more important than ever. If you feel like you can benefit from home or community-based support, counseling, peer recovery support, and a myriad of other services we offer, please call us at 800-321-8293. We're here for you.
Take me out to the ball game, just playing here at Bob Wren Stadium as Ohio looking to spark a rally to try to tie or take the lead in the last 3 innings of this one. Only 9 outs to work with for Ohio as they trail. It's 7-4 to the Golden Flashes. It'll be Roush, Hendages, and Peterson all due up for Ohio as they will face the pitcher Baldino, who had a 3-up, 3-down inning in his first inning of work in the 6th.
Yeah, Baldino had a great inning out of the pen so far, and it seems like pitching's been somewhat the word of the day here later in this ball game, as most of the runs from either team have come in the first 3 innings, as they both scored 1 back in the 4th. But besides that, it's been all zeros up on the board.
Yep, since the 5th inning, neither team able to scratch across a run. A.J. Roush, the right fielder, digs in 1 for 1 with a walk so far in the game. He also came around to score back in the 3rd inning. Squares the bunt, pulls it back, takes the pitch outside for a ball. As once again, you see Kent State with their second baseman on the left side of the infield alongside the shortstop and third baseman. Big gap between second and first base at the moment. 1-0 pitch, take it for a called strike, 1-1 to A.J. Roush.
Yeah, and Roush is definitely a little bit more of a pull hitter, as when he's dropped balls in that have been only singles so far this series, they've been toward the left field and left center gap so far in this one.
1-1 pitch, swung on and hits it off the end of the bat, foul behind home plate. So Roush up the battle, down in the count 1-2, and credit to Baldino. He's come in and really pumped the strike zone since entering the game.
That is for sure, Joey. But don't count out Roush right here, as he worked eventually was down in the count 1-2 last at bat and worked a full count and a walk.
Baldino kicks and deals, 1-2, misses high and outside to even up the count at 2 apiece. As Kent State's elected to go with all lefties so far. The starter in the game, Chalice, left-handed pitcher, and then they bring in Baldino. Must like something with the matchup, despite Ohio hitting lefties pretty well in the games yesterday. 2-2 pitch, again high and outside, and like Kay just mentioned, Roush working himself another full count.
Another great at-bat here from A.J. Roush.
You hear the bench barking a little bit. Down for the Bobcats. They trail at 7-4. Payoff pitch home. Misses just above the letters for a ball. Great take there from Roush. And he works the leadoff walk for Ohio, as they'll bring in Hendages.
Bottom of the order here for the Bobcats, trying to get something going here in the 7th. As if they can turn it over to the top and get some of their guys that can drive in runs, make some noise here later in this ball game.
And to Ohio's credit, the 8-9 hitters Roush and Hendages, and so far between the two of them, they've had 5 plate appearances, and they've been on base 4 of the 5, so really setting the table for the top of the order. First pitch to Hendages, squares the bunt, pulls it back, and takes a called strike. He didn't seem like he liked the call, as he gave a bit of a glare to the home plate umpire, now walks in the boxes. That'll bring the third baseman in for Kent State, Jackson, on the grass. The 0-1 pitch, no bunt, and another called strike. Take it from Hendages, quickly in behind in the count, 0-2.
Yeah, and Hendages kind of kicking himself a little bit right there. didn't want to get into this 0-2 hole in this count and try to make some noise.
Not a big lead from Roush off of first, and now a pickoff attempt from Baldino. He fires a pretty good strike over there, but back in standing is Roush. Kennedy just trying to protect. Down to the count, nothing in 2. He's 0 for 1 so far in the game, and he chases the low and outside pitch for a strikeout. Second strikeout for Baldino out of the bullpen, and the first out of the inning for Ohio. Lineup turns over to Isaiah Peterson.
We'll see if the top of the order can do anything here for the Bobcats. Peterson 1 for 3 on the day with a single back in the third, a fly out in the fifth, and a ground out in the first.
And he got a good piece of that fly out back in that fifth inning as he hit it well into the alley in left center field, but it was run down by the Kent State outfield. First pitch to Peterson, high and outside for a ball, 1-0. Baldino just working out of the stretch the entire game so far. Now another pickoff attempt. He sidearms one over to first base, but again, Roush back in standing. He only has about a 2 or 3 step lead off the bag over there.
Yeah, and Roush isn't really the craziest speed threat. Only 1 stolen base so far in the season.
Baldino will come home with this pitch, 1-0. Breaking pitch goes behind the back of Peterson and gets all the way to the backstop, and an easy trot over to second base on the wild pitch for Roush, as now there's one in scoring position with only 1 away.
All the Bobcats really need to do is just kind of chip away at this lead right now. Only 3 runs are needed to tie this ball game up. Not too big of a differential between these two teams.
Peterson did have Ohio's first RBI of the game back in the 3rd inning. So we'll try to add another one to the totals. That was RBI number 13 for him on the year, and you'll take that kind of RBI production from your leadoff hitter.
And I guess that's a little bit of a nod to the bottom half of the order for the Bobcats as well, as that means that they've been getting on base, and Peterson's able to drive him in.
Baldino comes set, checks Roush at second, now comes home 2-0 pitch, high and inside for a ball. Now first base is empty, so a walk wouldn't be the end of the world for Kent State. It could set up a potential double play possibility. But then you would also be putting the tying run at the dish here in the 7th inning. The 3-0 pitch home. That one will catch the outer half of the plate for a called strike. Peterson taking all the way there to make it 3-1. Baldino trying to avoid his second walk of this 7th inning. The 3-1 home. Peterson takes it high and inside, ball 4. And now Ohio has something going here. 2 on, 1 out, trailing by 3, and here comes Michael Richardson due up next.
Richardson leads the team in base on balls so far this season. Maybe the Bobcats can have 3 straight walks here from their 8, 1, and 2 batters in this half inning.
Richardson 1 for 3 in the game. A single popped up to first and lined out to right field as last time up. Takes the first pitch high and outside for a ball, and Baldino praised him earlier in the inning for really having good command. But he has struggled here, and now it looks like Kent State's a right-handed arm warming up in the pen. Baldino comes set, doesn't take a peek at either of the runners, and gets that one over the plate for a strike, 1-1.
So far, Richardson this afternoon, he's tried to go backside. He had a single back in the first that was down the first base line. And everything else he's put into play, or put a bat on the ball, I would say, has been toward that right side of the field so far.
1-1 pitch, good spot there on the low inside corner, and taken for a strike by Richardson, who'll have to protect. Now 1-2, 1 away in the bottom of the 7th, 7-4. Kent State on top of Ohio. Baldino's set, looking for a potential big punch out here, and now a step off the mound and check Roush back to second base. And the last time he tried to pick off Roush, he ended up throwing the next pitch as a wild pitch 1-2 pitch grounded to third base as he bobbles it on the second for one. Return throw to first is not in time, so Richardson beats out the double play. And honestly, a good job there from Jackson to stick with it, as initially out of the glove. He seemed to bobble a little bit, but he still makes a strong throw to second to get the lead runner. Now runners at the corners with 2 outs for Casper Bauer.
And Casper Bauer is due here in this ball game. He's had a bit of a hit streak going on here, and he hasn't had a hit so far this afternoon, and trying to get that first hit, and it would be a big spot here to get that one for the Bobcats.
Yes, it would. Runner 90 feet away from scoring with 2 away. That's a tying run still at the plate for Ohio, but a big second out there for Kent State. First pitch to Casper Bauer, and that's a good pitch at the knees for a called strike.
Doesn't really seem like the Bobcats so far this afternoon are jumping on those first pitch strikes, as Kent State's really getting them in the zone and getting ahead in these counts.
The 0-1 delivery swung on, lined out into right center field for a base hit. Here comes a run across the score. Heading to third base is Richardson. He's going to try to come home. The throw home is not in time. He's safe at the plate. A 2-run, 2-out RBI double for Colin Casper Bauer. RBIs number 9 and 10 for him on the year, and the Bobcats are within 1 run here in the bottom of the 7th.
He was due right there, and that was a big hit to the right center field gap. Got good piece on that ball, and now Spencer Harbert at the plate. If he can put another one over the wall, this would give the Bobcats the lead, as now Kent State will take time, and it looks like they're going to have a pitching change here.
Absolutely. What an aggressive send there for the Bobcats, as that ball didn't get all the way into the alley, but deep enough, and Richardson was on his horse, and a good slide has him safe. And what a big-time 2-out hit for Casper Bauer. Pitching change for the Golden Flashes. We'll throw it to a quick break and update you on the new man on the mound after this.
Bobcat fans, the Hugh White family of dealerships is your hometown Athens dealer. And to show our commitment to the community, we're offering free car washes for Ohio University students and faculty, as well as college grad discounts with all of our new brands. But that's not all. We provide free concierge service for faculty. We'll pick up your vehicle and drop it back off after service. Take advantage of our leases at under $200 per month. Come visit us on North Columbus Road, less than 5 minutes from campus, or online at visithughwhite.com. And remember, if the deal is right, it must be Hugh White.
Whether you're coming to Athens to root on the Bobcats, visiting friends and family, or just in town for business, the Hampton Inn in Athens wants to be your home away from home. With 86 sparkling rooms, complimentary high-speed internet, hot breakfast served each morning, and a spa and business center, you can expect a great night's stay with service that will bring you back. Visit us on the web at hamptoninn.com. That's hamptoninn.com. And go Bobcats!
That'll book it for Baldino, as he only gets through an inning and 2/3, allowing 2 runs. And with the tying run out on second base as well, Kent State will bring in their 3rd pitcher on the afternoon, Grant Vera, a right-handed pitcher, making his 4th appearance on the year, a 0 ERA in 2 2/3 innings pitched, 1 hit and 5 strikeouts. Opponents just hitting .111 against him so far on the season.
Seems to be a shutdown righty out of the bullpen for the Kent State Golden Flashes, and he'll look to slam the door on this 2-out rally for the Bobcats here in the bottom of the 7th.
Absolutely. As Casper Bauer, fresh off the 2 RBI double, will be out on second base, as Spencer Harbert will dig in to try to tie this game up with a base hit to the outfield. As Harbert digs in. So far 0 for 3 in the game with a ground out, strikeout, and fly out. As Vera will try to get an all-important 3rd out in this 3rd inning. First pitch, Harbert a tick behind it and fouls it towards the first base dugout. He'll be down in the count, 0-1.
Seems like Vera can also pump it up a little bit with the velocity. Very similar to how Baldino did out of the bullpen for the Golden Flashes.
Vera, long look in. It's a pretty good lead for Casper Bauer off a second. He'll look to get a big secondary lead, trying to score on a base hit to the outfield. The 0-1 pitch, Harbert swings, lines it out into left field for a base hit. Rounding third and heading for home is Kasperbauer. The throw will be cut off, and the Bobcats have tied the ball game up with 2 away in the bottom of the 7th.
Talk about clutch right there from Spencer Harbert, as that's only the 2nd hit this season that Vera's given up. And what a big hit that was from Harbert, as now this game is knotted up at the 7th. And the Bobcats are making noise in the 7th. Must be lucky number 7 for
Harbert,
Ohio.
with his 12th RBI on the year, and that's a key one. Bobcats have finally erased the early 6-run deficit, and they have evened this thing back up. Now Mason Minzy will look to keep this train rolling with 2 away in the bottom of the 7th, as we're all even up at 7 apiece.
And Minzy had that home run back in the 4th, granted. He was swinging righty there, but Minzy still got some power from that left side of the box, the switch-hitting catcher.
First pitch catches the low inside corner for a called strike. Now Minzy will chat with the home plate umpire about where that pitch was. As Vera comes set, Minzy will call time out of the left-handed box. Of course, he did hit a long ball back in the 4th inning to, at the time, cut the deficit down to 3 for Ohio. But the offense has gone quiet for a couple innings. Bobcats really making Kent State pay for the walks in this inning, as the 0-1 pitch misses inside to Minzy to even up the count at 1.
And Minzy, transfer from Texas Tech, which is a good, solid baseball program down there in Lubbock, Texas. And they've already played Kent State so far, so Minzy trying to do some damage here.
Vera pickoff attempt back to first. Diving in safely is Harbert. As Harbert, he came with a big home run against Marshall back on Wednesday to really turn the tide in that game. And now a base hit here to knot it up late in the 7th. Here comes the 1-1 pitch home from Vera. That one will catch the outside part of the plate for a strike. And now Minzy will have to protect down 1-2 with 2 away.
Yeah, and a great pitch right there from Vera to get ahead in that count. Caught the outer half of the plate, and now Minzy will have to choke up and try to fight a little bit here in the box.
Vera, long look in, 1-2 pitch, misses low and outside for a ball, evens up the count at 2 apiece.
Looked like Vera's tried to go with a little bit of a backdoor slider right there, looked to be.
Yeah, just was not really able to get on top of it. Harbert is 3 for 3 on stolen bases, but doesn't look like they're going to try to put him in motion. Doesn't have a very big lead off of first. Just hoping Minzy can get a ball deep enough into the gap to try to score him from first base.
Yeah, Harbert, corner outfielder, seems to have some decent speed over there at first. Like you said, a ball in the alley might be dangerous here.
Vera comes set, 2-2 pitch home, swung on line, out to second, a nice jumping grab there from the second baseman, Tim Brook, to retire the side. Not before Ohio plates 3 to tie the ball game up at 7 apiece. We head into the 8th inning, all squared up.
If you're traveling to a game, a weekend road trip, or just around town, you need to stop at Go-Mart. You'll find a Go-Mart open 24 hours a day right off the interstate or right off Main Street in your local community. You can refuel your ride with quality gasoline and also yourself with popular snacks, drinks, and more. We're making it easy to keep up with your busy schedule by keeping you on the go. Go-Mart is the proud sponsor of Ohio Bobcat football.
Jumpstart your day at the Fairfield Inn & Suites in Athens. Enjoy complimentary hot breakfast, then unwind on our beautiful outdoor patio, which includes a gas fire pit and barbecue grill. Conveniently located on East State Street, just a short drive from the Ohio University campus and uptown Athens, the Fairfield Inn & Suites is situated near many shopping and dining venues. At the Fairfield Inn & Suites, you're our #1 priority. Call 740-589-5839 to book your next visit to Athens or find us online at fairfieldinn.com.
6 outs left to go for both teams, but we are still even at 7 apiece after a crooked number hung by the Bobcats in the bottom of the 7th. coming on a 2 RBI double from Colin Kasperbauer, followed up by an RBI single from Spencer Harbert to knot the game up at 7 apiece. As they'll stick with Brendan Roeder out on the mound, and why not, as he has done a great job since relieving Liberatore in the second inning.
Yeah, Roeder's been great out of the pen this afternoon for the Ohio Bobcats. He's now deeper into this game. He's kept that pitch count down, only at 61 right now, heading to the top of the 8th.
Pitch 5 1/3 so far, only 4 hits allowed. First pitch, squaring the bunt and not getting it down successfully is Mac Timbrook as it rolls behind him, behind the dish, to make the count 0-1. And you would think with how effective Roeder's been at getting ahead on batters, the last thing you want to do is try to just give him one with a bunt attempt. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, swung on, grounded out towards second base. Richardson fields it on a hop, throw on to first, and it's in time. As with that, Roeder's now retired 5 in a row. Leadoff man retired at the top of the 8th. That brings off the 8th batter, Josh Johnson.
Johnson so far this afternoon, working on a 1-for-2 day. Had a single back in the 4th.
And it seems like Roeder's only getting stronger as his outing goes on. From the windup, the righty kicks and deals. And the pitch into Johnson misses low for a ball, 1-0. Like Cade mentioned, Johnson 1 hit in the ball game, but then it was retired on a fielder's choice at second base. He's also walked and grounded out to third. Here comes a 1-0 pitch and takes a big swing at that one, but comes up empty, even up the count at 1.
And this series so far, Johnson didn't really play much in the first game. Had a pinch hit appearance, went 0-for-1 in that one. Played a little bit more yesterday afternoon, though.
1-1 pitch again, grounded out to Richardson. He stays down on that one, throw on to first again, and he's been the hot target in this 8th inning, but he's made both plays, 2 away for the 9-batter Connor Ashby, the DH, as Roeder, an out away from getting through a 6 1/3 with only allowing 1 unearned run.
Seems like the Bobcats maybe should have thought about starting Roeder up there on the mound. He just had Kent State's number so far this afternoon.
From the windup, the first pitch into Ashby will catch the inside corner for a called strike.
That's another thing that Roeder's done very effectively so far this afternoon, is keeping that pitch count down like we've talked about, Joey, and also starting off multiple hitters with strikes.
0-1 pitch, chopped to the left side of the infield. Kasperbauer cuts it off, throws it on to first, pulls Baker off the bag, but he makes the catch and the tag to retire Ashby. Good awareness from the first baseman. Back-to-back 3-up, 3-down innings from Roeder. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Bobcats trying to take the lead for the first time.
Hi, this is Jared Dean with Dean Heating and Cooling. As your local Tempstar dealer, you can experience superior home comfort with Tempstar game-changing technology. Whether you need a fall tune-up or a midwinter repair call, our expert technicians will make sure your heating system is running at peak performance. Count on Dean Heating and Cooling and Tempstar to keep you cozy all winter long. Find us online at deanheatingandcooling.com and go Cats!
Voice of the Bobcats, Russ Eisenstein, on behalf of David White Services, the largest heating and cooling dealer in Southeast Ohio. They've been the choice of thousands for over 45 years. Offering the most efficient Lennox heat pumps, air conditioners, and furnaces, David White Services can save you money on your heating and cooling bills.
Thanks, Russ. I'm David White.
And I'm Esther White Thomas, inviting you to call us today to schedule a free estimate for heating and cooling or a new gas fireplace.
David White Services is a proud sponsor of Ohio Bobcat Athletics.
6, 7, and 8 due up for Ohio as they look to grab their first lead of the game if they can scratch across a run in this 8th inning. As Kent State got out to a resounding 6-0 lead, but Ohio just slowly chipped and chipped away, and a 3-run 7th inning helped them tie the ball game up. First pitch in to Struick is a called strike, 0-1. Check that, Sturrick. As so far in the game, 1 for 3 with a single. As they got the fastball blown by him there, 0-2 as Vera back out on the mound for Kent State. The 0-2 to Sturrock. High fastball taken. Good take there from Sturrock, 1-2.
Yeah, Vera looks to be getting into his rhythm right here, too. Working very quickly up there on the mound.
1-2 pitch from Vera. Slider fouled back by Sturrock. Good job staying on that off-speed pitch to see another 1-2 pitch. As Vera working extremely fast out there on the mound. Shakes off a couple signs. Now gets the one he wants. Another slider roped out towards short, but right at the shifted shortstop McNamara, who was playing in that hole. As Sturrock, that slider hung a little bit on Vera, and he hit it pretty hard, but just right at the infield.
Yeah, that one just hit right into the shift right there. As I believe if McNamara is playing straight up right there, that ball might be able to get into that gap for a single.
So now Cale Baker digs in. 0 for 3 in the game so far. A pair of strikeouts and a ground out to third. First pitch into him swung on and popped foul behind the dish and out of play. As the catcher Thompson takes a peek at it, but runs out of room rather quickly. 0-1 the count to Baker.
Baker is definitely due right here. I would say that much. 0 for 3 day so far with 2 strikeouts. But he's worked those strikeouts into deep counts.
Yep, you'd love him to try to get a rally started with 1 out here. The 0-1 pitch, breaking pitch, misses low and outside. Nice take there from the first baseman. Makes the count 1-1. Vera, 1-1 pitch home line to Baker, but right at the third baseman this time, as that is Kyle Johnson. And back-to-back batters retired on lineouts for the Bobcats. Is now to take A.J. Roush to get a 2-out base hit to keep the inning alive.
Yeah, the Bobcats are just getting BABIP this inning. Put 2 balls hard into play, but on the left side of the infield. Solid plays defensively from Kent State. Now they've got 2 down, trying to spark another 2-out rally here.
First pitch into A.J. Roush, swung on and line deep out into center field. Back at the wall is the center fielder, and it's out of here. A 2-out solo shot from A.J. Roush gives the Bobcats the lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. Okay, that's a name you brought up in terms of the hot bats for the Bobcats so far in this series. And in the biggest moment of the series, Roush comes through as that ball was halfway up the cat's eye out there in center field.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it all weekend. I've seen it all weekend from A.J. Roush. Central Ohio product has just been swinging that hot bat so far, as that will be his 3rd home run on the series. And what a time to hit that solo shot. Got all of that baseball.
First pitch to Henniges, misses outside for a ball, 1-0. As that ball just kept going and going. He knew it had a shot off the bat, but the way it was played out in center field, it made it look like Matthews thought he had a beat on it, but that ball, I mean, like I said, halfway up the batter's eye there. 2-0. That ball now stung deep out in the left center field. Matthews moving to his left, diving, can't make the grab. Henniges heading into second base. That's where he'll stop, as Matthews a little slow to get up out there. He really put his body on the line to try to catch that one. A 2-out double for Henniges, as he stung that ball out in the left center field. As it was a heck of an effort out there in center field to make the grab. Henniges will stand on second base with 2 outs as they attend to Matthews out in center field. We'll throw it to a quick break. Ohio up 8-7 in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Okay, people, we all know what's at stake in this game. Zoe, what's at stake?
Our futures.
Our futures. And is anything gonna keep us from achieving our goal?
No way.
Because what do we have?
The plan.
Ohio's 529 plan. Because in this family, how do we play the college savings game?
Tax-free.
And where do we play it?
I don't know, Daddy.
That's okay, Pumpkin.
Want to win at college savings? Go to collegeadvantage.com/Bobcats.
Together is a wonderful place to be. That's why CareSource is devoted to keeping you and your family healthy and happy. We promise you not only reliable health care, but also a helping hand with whatever your family needs to succeed. It's why more moms in Ohio choose CareSource for Medicaid than all other plans combined. Things only get better when we work together. And together, there's nothing we can't do. We are one. Learn more at caresource.com.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just gonna walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Well, a good sight to see out there in center field as Colin Matthews tried to track down the Hennages double in the left center field and reached out, dove, and not sure exactly what happened to him out there, but he's back on his feet, and it looks like he'll even stay in the game as well. So a good sign to see there.
He had a full extension on that play, too. Tried, put his body on the line for that one. That's the definition of that right there. Tried everything he did to get that ball, but fortunately it'll fall in, and the Bobcats will have another runner in scoring position here with another 2-out rally rolling here deep into this ball game.
Yeah, no indication that Matthews will come out of the game either. So the lineup will turn over now to Isaiah Peterson. Again, Hennages really stung that ball out into the gap following the A.J. Roush homer. As for Roush, that was his 3rd home run on the year, and on the hit right there from Hennages, that was his 3rd double on the season. And now Peterson will come up. As now we're going to get a mound visit, it looks like. And
might be a pitching change. Looks like maybe Longwell might be up on the bump.
Maybe. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. So this will be a lot of shifting to do around. We'll keep it here. So Longwood's going to go from first base to pitcher, and it looks like 23 is heading over the first base. That is Nick Elson, a grad transfer for the Golden Flashes. As we mentioned at the beginning of the game, Golden Flash had a couple players who were position players as well as pitchers, Longwell being one of them. And this will be his 5th appearance on the mound this year. He's got a 7.2 ERA in 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. As he will try to work his way out of this 8th inning. As Ohio has an all-important insurance run standing out there on second base with 2 away in the bottom of the 8th and an 8-7 lead. Well, let's face it, Cade, no lead feels comfortable with this Kent State offense, but if you can at least have a couple runs to work with, you feel a lot better.
I know that was the tail of the tape last time out for both of these teams. Is both those games, it seemed like the team that got out to a lead just kind of lost that lead later in the ball game. And, I mean, if you're a pitcher, any lead at all is just something to keep you going up there on the mound. You just got to be up there with confidence, and as long as you're up there and bumping it by, especially for Roeder out there for the Bobcats, if he can keep dealing here later in this ball game, it'll be a good day for Ohio and they're faithful.
So again, Vera gets replaced by Longwood, and heading out to first base for Kent State will be Nick Elson. That's going to be quite a transition at the college level. You're going for playing first base. He's having a great day at the plate. Now all of a sudden he's tasked with getting a big 3rd out here for Kent State on the mound.
Yeah, they put him in a tough spot right here. Ohio's got a 2-out rally rolling, and Isaiah Peterson will try to keep it going here.
Isaiah Peterson so far today, 1 for 3. Had an RBI single back in the 3rd. First pitch from Peterson, into Peterson, misses outside for a ball, 1-0.
Kent State might also be trying to go with a little bit of a matchup right here with the lefty Longwell in this game, as he might be one of their only available lefties left here.
Yep, third lefty they've used today. 1-0 pitch catches the outside corner for a called strike, evens up the count at 1-1 to Peterson.
And this is Longwell's second appearance so far in the series as he came out of the pen. I guess you could say it, out of the pen earlier in this series in Game 1 on Friday.
The lefty comes set, 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, grounded out too short, fielded on a couple hops, throw on the first in time to retire the side in the 8th, but not before the Bobcats take their first lead of the game on the solo shot from A.J. Roush as they're 3 outs away from the victory.
Plan your next visit to stand up and cheer for your Ohio Bobcats in Athens County, Ohio. Visit AthensOhio.com, the best resource for where to eat, where to stay, where to shop, and where to play. Athens County is home to countless trails and outdoor activities. Enjoy mountain biking, kayaking, rock climbing, and hiking. Find your own adventure. Cruise the Hockhocking Adena Bikeway. Mountain bike the Bailey's Trail System. Hike trails less traveled at Stroud's Run State Park. Or ride 9 thrilling motorcycle routes on Ohio's Windy 9. We can't wait to see you in Athens County, Ohio.
The road to a championship is built on years of practice and hard work. That's true in basketball and the construction industry. The apprenticeship and upgrade training programs provided by the Athens Area Union Building Trades produces the workforce with the most modern skills and cutting-edge knowledge in the industry. The key to success to the Bobcats on the floor is the same as your choice on the work site. The winning move is working with members of the Athens Area Union Building Trades, proud sponsor of Ohio University basketball.
Bobcats 3 outs away from a series victory over Kent State as they will end the day on Brendan Roden, and what a day it was as he gets them through 6 1/3 innings, allowing only 1 run, and it was unearned, alongside 5 strikeouts, as they'll bring in the man to try to shut the door, Brett Manis, the left-handed pitcher, as he'll face the top of the order for Kent State. Manis, as me and Kay were talking about in the breakout, a win against Kent State yesterday. He also picked up a save against Marshall on Wednesday. First pitch from Manis, misses in the dirt for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, and Jackson's had a great day at the plate so far, 2 for 4 with 2 singles this afternoon.
The 1-0 pitch misses just below the knees for a ball, 2-0.
And yesterday's appearance from Manis, he just seemed to carve up the Golden Flashes. Seems like they'll go with a little bit of a matchup right here, as he'll have to face 2 lefties at least this inning.
2-0 pitch catches the outside corner for a called strike. Jackson didn't like the call, but they'll make the count 2-1. But Manis in that outing against Kent State pitched 2 1/3, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned with 4 strikeouts. As only need 3 outs to get the Bobcats a victory in this one, as a 2-1 pitch catches the inside corner. That runs the count even at 2 apiece to the Kent State leadoff hitter.
It's a big spot right here for Jackson, as he'll have to battle now.
Manis, the lefty, kicks and deals. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, cued slowly up the third baseline. Manis fields it, long throw on to first. Not in time, as it's an infield single. Manis made a great play to pick that ball up cleanly and make a strong throw, but Jackson just beats the throw out by a step.
That play right there is basically a bunt single without really being a bunt. So it's kind of just off the end of the bat right there, but in a perfect spot where it was hard for anybody to really field it cleanly. And Kent State will have a base runner now in the top of the 9th.
Something to think about for Manis over there on first. As Jackson, we've seen, has good speed, 4 for 6 in stolen bases on the year. We'll see how aggressive Kent State elects to be, with that being the tying run. Leading run is at the dish now. Justin Kirby digs in. Manis, first pitch to Kirby, chopped foul towards the third base dugout, and he gets ahead in the count, 0-1.
And Manis seems to be working a little bit lower in the zone. Will probably want a ground ball right here, as a double play will definitely help him out a ton right here.
Well,
in this top of the ninth.
Yep, in the game Wednesday against Marshall, it was a leadoff walk, and then he got a 6-4-3 double play to help him get the save in that game. He'll look for another one of those here. 0-1 pitch, grounded out too short, fielded cleanly, throw on the second for one, back over to first, in the dirt, dug out by Baker, and it's a double play. Right on cue there. Manis induces the 6-4-3 double play. Bobcats 1 out away from a victory.
And that's something about Kent State is they're not a team that hits a lot of double plays, but they've had a couple so far this afternoon, and that ball was tailor-made right out there, 6-4-3, and now the dangerous Longwell up in the box.
Dangerous indeed. 3 for 4 in the game, including a 2-run shot. He's got 4 RBIs in the game. But Manis trying to seal the victory for Ohio. And what a great pick by Baker over there at first. Here comes the first pitch along, well, right down the heart of the plate for a called strike, 0-1. But Baker have to stretch out and pick that ball at the same time. Makes it all the more tougher. Manis from the windup. 0-1 pitch into Longwell. Breaking ball lined out to first. Baker has the grab, and the Bobcats have a victory. As Manis gives a wave to the opposing dugout, the Bobcats will take 3 of 4 from the Golden Flashes to go to 10-7 on the season. Well, Cade, this weekend had a lot of offense from both sides, but Ohio, in the last couple games, they come from behind twice with late game surges to come out and get a victory over Kent State, and they now are 4-2 in the MAC, and that's a great start to the conference season.
Oh, for sure, Joey, and especially led by their bottom of their order as the 8-hole A.J. Roush once again had a great day at the plate, went a perfect 2 for 2 with 2 walks and that solo shot in the 8th that put the Bobcats ahead, and they'll take this one, and they'll take the series against a team that was predicted to finish 3rd in the MAC compared to the Bobcats 7.
Absolutely big win. The win will go to Brendan Roeder, pitching 6 1/3 innings, only allowing 1 run. It was unearned and picking up 5 strikeouts. He goes to 1-0 on the season. The loss will go to Grant Vera for Kent State as he gave up that solo home run in the 8th inning. That's his first loss on the year and the first run he's given up on the season. Save goes to Brett Manis. That's save number 2 for him on the season. Bobcats with an 8-7 victory in Game 4 over Kent State to take the series. Well, that about does it for us here from Bob Wren Stadium. For Cade Williamson, I'm Joey Medore. We appreciate you listening, and the Bobcats are victorious here on this Sunday afternoon.